You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. If I tell you I'm no good, you know I'm lying.
Yo, 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 that's what they say, huh? You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the late, great Bruce Lee. He said, if I tell you I'm good, probably you'll say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know I'm lying. Ain't that right, E? We got some fellas in the building already, man. We got my brother, my partner, my pal, Unity. Kendrick in the building. What it do, boy? Turn that down. Turn that down. Hopefully we sound good. Hopefully we sound good. We got my brother from the bodega. You know what I'm saying? My PIC tie in the building. We got E. We got the OG in the building. My brother Eric Dallas, man. Shout out to you, bro. We got Danny Cruz in the building, showing his respect. Our Boricua brethren in the building. Yep. So before we get to it, man, I appreciate y'all rocking as always, you know. Yeah, we gotta go ahead and thank the Most High. So that's what we do all the time to set off our show. So this one's no different. If you indulge in the faith, please join me and bow your heads and close your eyes. If not, sit back, have a coconut smile. The show will get right to it shortly. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for blessing us on this Friday, on another Friday, Lord. We thank you for every day that we get to see, because we know a lot of people didn't quite get a chance to make it, Lord, but it's all in your plan. We just ask you for the strength to be courageous in times when it's difficult, the strength to do the right thing in times when it's not easy, and the strength to be righteous when it's popular not to be. We just thank you for the forgiveness of our sins. We thank you for bringing us to today with a roof over our head, clothes on our back, foods on our plates, and the ability to smile, because everybody's not able, Lord. We just give our thoughts and prayers for those that lost their loved ones recently, whether we're talking about Venezuela earthquake, or we talk about some of the crimes in New York to a particular culture, or we talking about anything, Lord, family losses, Lord. We just ask that you give them a blanket and a sheath of comfort, and guide them into the future. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Let's get right to it. We got Z Pacino in the building. Hey, okay, man. So you know we got some stuff to talk about, man. Let me read Danny's message though. Danny Cruz said, "I'm Puerto Rican." Shout out to you, bro. Yeah, Puerto Rican American in the building. Shout out to you. He said, "I'm Puerto Rican and respected Jaron Ennis. Got to respect the boy Boots. Respect to Xander as well. He was respectful to Xander Zayas after the fight, of course. That's what we love it. That's why we love it, bro. That's why we love it. We bringing boxing back, man. And people that don't like Jaron Boots Ennis or Xander, I think you don't like boxing. That's what I think, you know. But that's just me. I'll see what is there to dislike about these two young men that are very accomplished at their young ages. You know what I'm saying? He says, Xander Zayas can learn from this. He's still young. Absolutely. 23 years old. He's going to learn. Vergil Ortiz is a straight keyboard warrior. Pussy. Vergil the Vergin. You heard, man. Yes, sir. Vergil the Vergin, man. He don't want to do nothing but yap, man. He don't want to do no fighting. He just want to do typing. You know what I'm saying? I think that's corny. Like I said, I mean, everybody have their own opinion and stuff like that, but the proof is there. Xander wanted to fight Vergil, and that's where we're going to go. That's exactly where we're going to go. You know what I'm saying? Xander wanted to fight Vergil. We cannot forget that. Xander wanted to fight Sebastian Fundora. We cannot forget that. This is before Boots even committed to 154. Xander was looking for the smoke at 22, 23 years old as a champion. So you got to respect it. You know what I'm talking about? And then Boots, as a unified champion, Ring Magazine champion at 147, you know what I'm saying? The Philly native, the American, moved up to 154, the hottest division. Right, we can't forget that, right? 154 is the hottest division. It still is, right? Let me check the temperature. Yeah. 154 is still the hottest division, okay? Because you know I haven't heard anybody say 154 is the hottest division since Boots landed. You know what I'm talking about? It's so crazy that it was the hottest division since Boots is at 147. I've been saying it. Everybody's been saying it. I mean, I think it dwindled down a little bit now, but it was called the hottest division. Why was it called the hottest division? Because of the parity. There were so many champions that are on high levels. And there were so many people that could arguably beat each other. That's why it was hot, because there were so many good combatants there, right? Quality guys, right? At the top level, whether you talk about champion or even under that as a contender, right? We have Bakram Murtazaliev. He's still at 154, right? Okay. We have Josh Kelly. He's still at 154, right? Okay, IBF champion. We have Sebastian Fundora. He's still at 154, right? WBC champion, yeah. We have Xander Zayas for right now. He's still at 154 until he officially moves up. He was a former WBO, WBA champion, right? We have Jaron Boots Ennis, current WBO, WBA champion, right? We still got Serhiy Boachuk, right? He's still there, right? I mean, you could say he's down 160, 154, whatever, you know. We still have Israel Madrimov. He's still there, right? So we can keep going and going, like, these are guys that are at 154, and these are reasons why they said it was hot. Now all of a sudden Boots Ennis gets there, and now all of a sudden ain't nobody, it ain't hot no more, you know. Now it's easy. Now it's easy. It went from being hot to easy. You know, it's just crazy, man. So that's why I have in the thumbnail, man, Jaron Boots Ennis, he's the bully. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Philly brethren. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with the lingo. You feel me? The bull, the bully. Yeah, I didn't misspell it. It's, you know, bull, the Philly bull. You know, the bully. You know, the boxing bully is Jaron Boots Ennis, man. He just flexing on him, bro. He's still in the hottest division. 154 is still the best division. I say the second best is 140 still, but 154 is the hottest division, man. And it's just so funny to me. It's like, I haven't really heard anybody call it that, and I wonder why. You know, because you could, it's kind of like what Clarissa Shields goes through, or like even Alexander Usyk went through, or I don't, even Canelo at a certain point. It's like, you can't tell me a guy that's cleaning out a division, that's a testament to the division being weak. Now, of course, sometimes some divisions are weaker than others, but if you beat everybody in your division, there's other people there that you're beating, and it's not just an easy accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to just poop on or pee on or spit out. You know what I'm saying? So whether the division is hot or not, if you're cleaning out the division and you're on top, that's a testament to your greatness. We got to stop making it seem like these routes to these belts are easy because somebody makes it look easy. Like Clarissa Shields, her last 4 opponents, including this one coming up at K. Scott's, a unified champion. Her last opponent was who? Francois Cruz. She's a unified champion. Her last opponent before that was who? Lanny Daniels. She's a unified champion right now. Her opponent before that was Daniel Perkins. She's not unified, but she's a champion right now. And people say that she's not fighting anybody. No, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? And some of her female counterparts, including Amanda Serrano. Who the heck was Cheyenne? I don't know who Cheyenne was. She wasn't a champion. She definitely wasn't a unified champion. Nobody knew her, but we give her credit because, you know, she deserves her credit too. I'm not saying she doesn't deserve the credit, but if we're going to knock somebody for fighting a unified champion, then we have to keep the same energy and say, hold on, she not fighting a champion or a unified champion. You feel me? She's just fighting. So I feel like that's kind of where Boots is going right now. It's like, he just beat Xander Zayas, man. Xander Zayas was an undefeated unified champion, bro. That's not easy. You feel me? So, you know what I'm talking about? Like, and And I hate to say it like this, but if Josh Kelly beat Vergil Ortiz, if Josh Kelly beat Xander Zayas, he'll get all the praise in the world, and he would deserve it. If Vergil Ortiz beat Xander Zayas, who he ducked, by the way, he would get all the praise in the world, and he would deserve it. Sebastian Fundora, another guy that didn't want to fight Xander Zayas, you know, if he beat Xander Zayas, he would have got all the praise in the world, and he deserves it. So why does the Boots get all the praise in the world? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said that whoever wins in this fight between Xander and Boots, they deserve all the praise in the world, and the loser will definitely bounce back. So I agree with Danny wholeheartedly. Like, this is not the end of the road for Xander. I think Xander, if he moves up to 160 is in trouble. I think the only person that'll hold that it gives Xander trouble at 160 middleweight division is probably Yo-Yo Diablo. That's Yonli Hernandez. That's it. I think he walks through. I ain't gonna say walk through, but I think he beats everybody else. Now, of course, you got to go with the savvy, wily vet in Erislandy Lara, but you know he ain't getting. None of us are getting younger. As long as you breathe, you're getting older. But you know, Erislandy Lara is 42, and yes, he stopped Danny Garcia look good. Yes, he stopped Michael Zarafa look good, but Xander Zayas is not them. You know, he's gonna move around. He has some pop, obviously, and he's a bigger guy too. So I got Xander Zayas. Tay says Carlos Adames. No, Carlos Adames is talking about 168. Yeah, but okay, Carlos Adames would definitely give Xander's trouble, but I'm going off of what Carlos Adames, the Bronco Adames, has been saying. He's been trying to fight Shiraz again at 168. He was talking about getting the winner of Canelo and then Billy. So yes, he's still a champion at 160. So you're right. You know, we're gonna be respectful to the champion, what WBC champion at 160. But according to his words, he's not going to be at 160 for long. So that's why I didn't include him. But you're right, though. Shout out to my brother Elijah dropping the $5 with that bread, that cheese, that butter.
These biscuits.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, dropping the graffiti on the chat walls. That means a lot, man. Appreciate all the support. Shout out to my brother Elijah Soul in the building. We got my brother Tay in the building. We got my brother A Wise Man in the building. Shout out to you. I love that name, man. A Wise Man. Shout out to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Remind me of 3 wise men in the Bible. Shout out to A Wise Man, man. Always got some good stuff to say. Shout out to Unity. My brother, he says Mason looked like he struggled to make weight. Yes. Yes. I was watching. That's why I did. So I planned on going live earlier, but I was watching the weigh-in. Yeah, Mason, I was looking at that too. I was like, man, I'm not gonna say he was in trouble. You know, I'm not gonna say how much he struggled, but he definitely looked a bit drained. I noticed that too, especially when he was talking to Chris Mannix at the end. I was like, oh, that boy. And then he's fighting Albert Bell too, man. This is a good fight, man. Like I say, Albert Bell, undefeated, finally getting his title shot, deserves it. Abdullah Mason, undefeated, defending his belt for the first time after beating Sam Noakes in a great fight. We got Bruce Carrington defended his belt for the first time, his WBC belt at featherweight 126 against another undefeated guy, Rene Palacios, right? Bro, there's a lot of undefeated fighters on this card, man. You got, like I said, let's start from the top. You got Abdullah Mason defending his WBO. He's the youngest champion in all the boxing right now on the male side. You know, Zamarillo for the females. I think her name's Camila Zamarillo. She's the youngest in all the boxers. So one time for the ladies. Can't forget that. But and the male side of boxing, Abdullah Mason's the youngest champion at 135 pounds WBO. He's undefeated, doing his first defense against another undefeated contender, Albert Bell. On the co-main, we got Shushu Carrington, undefeated WBC champion for 126 pounds. Featherweight, who did he beat? Carlos Castro for the vacant belt. Now he's defending for the first time against Rene Palacios, another undefeated fighter. You know what I'm saying? That'd be America versus Mexico right there. And then we got Scooter Davis, undefeated on the card. I can't remember the gentleman he's fighting. Who else? We got the 2 Mason brothers. We got 2 younger Mason brothers on the card. They're undefeated. I know I'm missing somebody else too. Oh, Tiger Johnson, he's undefeated. He's fighting who's he fighting? I can't remember who he's fighting. That guy, I believe, is undefeated as well. Yeah, that guy's also undefeated. So his opponent. So this card's pretty good, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Shout out to my brother Peel out in the building. The fire department should hire Boots. You feel me? The fire department need to hire Boots, man. Boots looking for all the smoke, and he put it out. Because, you know, when he finds it, the smoke is clear. Eric, you hear me? That smoke gets clear quick. And, you know, boots on the seed, boots on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Boots on the seed, and then boots on the ground because they running around. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, bars. You know, it's crazy because they start shaking in their boots. They start running in their boots, but they ain't trying to lace up their boots to fight nothing. You know what I'm talking about, E? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like I said, and I respect the fighters. Y'all know me, man. I like Sebastian Fundora. I want to be very clear. I'm not saying Sebastian Fundora is ducking. but he's not searching for the smoke. What Abdullah Mason say? He wants all the smoke. He looks for the smoke. Sebastian Fundora, man, like, all right. So check this out. Robert Garcia was asked about Fundora and Boots, right? and Robert Garcia said that, you know, Robert Garcia trains Vergil Ortiz. In my personal opinion, Robert Garcia is the best trainer in the game. I think the top three right now is Bomac, Bozy, and Robert Garcia. But if I was ranking them, I'd put Robert Garcia at number one because he has so many champions, so many guys like Murataya. You know, Vergil Ortiz is still a good fighter, even though I call him Vergil the Virgin because he never fought a champ. Like, he never been in a championship fight. He never even fought for a title, so he's a virgin to titles. You know what I'm saying? He has him. He's still a good fighter. You know, he has Bam Rodriguez, so many other people. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but he has a lot of champions and contenders, so his stable is just deep. You feel me? So I feel like as far as depth goes, he has a lot of fighters. Now, if you want to, you know, some people argue that it's cool, but for me, Robert Garcia is a guy. But Robert Garcia was interviewed. I watched it a couple days ago. He said that he thinks Fundora beats Boots. I'm not mad at that. Fundora is a WBC champion. Fundora's looking nice, a Towering Inferno, right? He just smoked Keith Thurman, an old Keith Thurman, but he smoked Keith Thurman, beat Tim Tszyu twice, beat Cordell Booker, undefeated, relatively unknown guy, but still, you know, he beat him. And him losing to Brian Mendoza was a little while ago. You know, he also beat Eric the Hammer Lubin before Vergil Ortiz did. So I'm not mad at that if that's your real prediction. But to me, it just seems a little bit disingenuous because I think what he meant to say is that not Fundora beats Boots, is that he hopes Fundora beats Boots. Because if you're Vergil Ortiz, I'm gonna be honest, I think Vergil Ortiz loses to Fundora. And I think that Robert Garcia and their team knows that. But I think that stylistically speaking, Vergil has a much better chance against Fundora than he does against Boots. So, of course, you'd be happy if Fundora beats Boots. Then he essentially knocks off that guy that you are worried about losing to yourself. So I think Robert Garcia wants Sebastian Fundora to beat Boots. And so that he could maybe do what they should have did this whole time and try to fight Fundora, right? Because Vergil Ortiz is a WBC interim champion. What's the holdup? Which I don't even understand with Sebastian Fundora. Like, Sebastian Fundora is fighting his WBC mandatory, Ermal Hardbiage, if I'm pronouncing it right. My bad if I'm butchering the young man's name. But, you know, but why aren't you fighting Vergil Ortiz? Sebastian Fundora said that he'll fight Vergil Ortiz. Why is it Vergil Ortiz as the WBC and President Mauricio Suleiman put it forth the proper petition or protocols or paperwork to call for a consolidation of the belts? Vergil Ortiz is the interim champion. Why are you even, like, when Robert Garcia hears Sebastian Fundora's name, I don't care if it's Sebastian Fundora versus Alexander Usyk or Naoya Inoue, or whether it's a realistic or a far-fetched or imaginary battle, you should be like, hold on. Sebastian Fundora shouldn't fight anybody except my guy, Vergil Ortiz. Isn't that the appropriate response for somebody that wants to be a belt holder? I thought Vergil Ortiz wants to be a champion, right? So why are you even entertaining imaginary fights between Fundora and Boots, or Fundora and Kelly, or Fundora and God knows who else? You should be interjecting, be like, no, I want to fight. We want to fight Fundora. So you tell me. I'm not calling it a duck, but what is it? If it's not a duck, what is it? Vergil Ortiz was an interim WBC champion before Boots was even at 154. Boots done came, beat Weez Malima, the IBO champion. Then he fought the WBA, WBO champion, Xander Zayas, who called out Vergil the Virgin, by the way, and called out Fundora, and he beat him. And then people have the audacity to say, oh, Fundora wants to fight Boots. Let's go back in history a little bit. Remember when Xander Zayas called out Fundora? What did Fundora do? I just want to see if we're on the same page. Don't worry, I'll enlighten you because I'm pretty good at recalling current events. You know what I'm saying? Xander Zayas called out Sebastian Fundora when Fundora had the WBC and WBO belt. Xander Zayas acquired the WBO belt. How? He fought Jorge Garcia Perez for the vacant WBO belt. How did it become vacant? Because Xander Zayas wanted to fight Fundora and he was a mandatory, and Fundora didn't want to fight Xander Zayas, so he gave up the belt. Now, I'm not saying that that's ducking because, you know, he went on to fight the likes of Tim Tszyu, Keith Thurman. Hey, maybe those were the more lucrative fight. You could argue that. It's cool. But the fact still remains that he didn't fight Xander Zayas, and Xander Zayas acquired the WBO belt by fighting for a vacant title, the vacant title that Sebastian Fundora vacated so he wouldn't have to fight his mandatory Xander Zayas. Then Boots goes and beats the guy that Sebastian Fundora didn't want to fight. Whether you want to say he's afraid, he ducked him, he was scared, whatever, he didn't want to fight him, right? That's clear. for whatever reason. Maybe it was less lucrative, whatever. You know, maybe it was better for his career to fight somebody else. The fact still remains that he didn't fight Xander Zayas. Then Boots goes and fights Xander Zayas, and then they say that he made Xander Zayas quit. I don't think Xander Zayas quit, but that's what people are saying, that he made him quit. So you think Sebastian Fundora wants to go and fight the guy that made the guy that he didn't want to fight and Xander Zayas quit? Boy, if you believe that, boy, I got a bridge in Brooklyn I want to sell you, boy. I got a bridge in Brooklyn I want to sell you, boy. I got land in the Galapagos Islands I want to sell you, boy. Come on, man. Come on, bro. It's just common sense, man. You telling me that the guy Sebastian Fundora didn't want to fight Xander Zayas, and then Boots stops the guy named Xander Zayas, and Sebastian Fundora now wants to fight him because he got hurt in the 3rd round? Man, get the freak out of here, man. Like, we gotta stop it, bro. We gotta stop it, Smoochie. Smoochie in the building. One time for the ladies. We gotta stop it, bro. We gotta stop it, man. we gotta stop it, man. This is getting out of hand, man. I let some of the nonsense ride, but you know, we gotta stop it, bro. We gotta stop it, man. Like, you gotta respect Xander. And by the way, I want to talk about that Xander quitting stuff, man. I'm so sick of hearing about Xander's eyes quit. Like, put some respect on the young man. Like I said, Boots was been seeking the smoke, and Xander's eyes was seeking the smoke. That's why both smoke seekers came together and brought us a great night of boxing. Don't try to water it down and be disrespectful. I don't care if you're a common fan sitting in the barbershop. I don't care if you're Roy Jones Jr., who's a legend. I respect everything he says, but I'm not going for Xander's eyes quitting, bro. Like, we gotta, like, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, you know, he quit because a fight was called. Bro, his corner called the fight, bro. Like, what are y'all watching? Like, his corner jumped up. Well, you want to fight his corner? Even if he fought his corner, it doesn't matter. The corner threw in the, once they waved the fight off, that's it. It doesn't matter how mad Xander's eyes was or how easygoing he was with it. I don't care if he was smiling or frowning. That has nothing to do with the corner stopping the fight. Ask Paulie Malignaggi. Remember Paulie Malignaggi? Was he fighting Ricky Hatton, I believe it was? Go back and watch Paulie Malignaggi versus Ricky Hatton. Rest in peace, Hitman Hatton. You know what I'm saying? Or UK Bredger. One time for them. If you go back and watch that fight, Paulie Malignaggi was being trained by Buddy McGirt. Buddy McGirt threw in the towel. Paulie Malignaggi almost fought Buddy McGirt. He was mad. He protested. Did that stop the fight from being called? No. It doesn't matter. That's taken out of the fighter's hands. Now, if you want to go even further and say, oh, well, Xander Zayas took a knee, you are taught to take a knee. You are taught to regroup. You could say he took a knee, but that doesn't mean that he gave up on the fight. He took a knee to regather himself and regroup himself and catch his bearings. That doesn't mean that he wasn't going to get up and fight some more. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's been plenty of people who took knees. As Miguel Cotto, another Puerto Rican fighter who took a knee. He took a knee a couple of times against Margarito, right? But he got up sometimes too. There's times when people, if you want to go to Gervonta Tank Davis, he took a knee and then he got up and he kept fighting, right? So taking a knee doesn't mean that you're submitting. Taking a knee means that you are overwhelmed in that moment and you have the wherewithal and you have your wits about you to be able to get yourself out of that hot situation to potentially come back and fight stronger. So like, bro, like, this had nothing to do with Xander Zayas quitting. I don't even understand why you even coming from that angle. Like, if you want to say that he was overwhelmed, got the fight beat out of him, cool. But to say that he quit, that's crazy, bro. Like, his corner literally stepped in. His corner was getting in the ring before, as he was taking the knee, bro. Like, I just don't understand it, bro. I don't even understand why people are even trying to slander the man like that. Like, it's crazy, bro. We go... You know, but I really think, I'm not talking about Roy Jones here because Roy Jones be giving Boots all the credit, but sometimes I think people are saying he quit to try to diminish how good Xander Zayas is. You know, I think that because what's the narrative that he was inexperienced, which he's young and inexperienced and he's green, right? But you don't become a unified champion. You don't beat Abbas Barau by not being able to hold your own. You know what I'm saying? Jorge Garcia Perez is not a great fighter, but he did beat Charles Conwell, who was undefeated at the time, right? And then Xander Zayas beat him. You see what I'm saying? So you got to give Xander Zayas credit. Like I said, I met Xander Zayas, and I think that he has one of the highest ceilings in all of boxing. I still think he does, and I just think it's completely disrespectful and inappropriate to say that the man quit. But, you know, shout out to my brother Ty. No, Ty gonna get on my head top because he said he took the knee. And, hey, I'm not mad at it. Hey, if you feel like he quit, like I said, I'm not here to change your mind. But to me, I think that there's more evidence to approach it from the angle and and how I perceive it that he did not quit. You know, I think that it's like bro, like sometimes the referee will stop the fight. They have the authority to stop the fight. That doesn't mean that the fighter quit. Errol Spence, he didn't go out on his back, right? Because the referee stopped. Errol Spence is a gangster now. Errol Spence would have, but the referee stepped in. So the people, the powers that be that have the ability to stop a fight are who? The referee, the doctor, and your corner. You see what I'm saying? Those are the other three entities besides the two fighters that could influence when a fight starts or stops. Like, we got to stop acting like we knew the boxing, man. We got to stop it, bro. Whether Xander was on his back and they threw in the towel, whether Xander Zayas was on his feet and they threw in the towel, whether Xander Zayas was taking a knee and they threw in the towel, the corner threw in the towel, bro. Like, I don't even understand what we doing, man. But let me catch up to some of the chats. Let me catch it. Oh, Kurt. Shout out to Smoochie. I can't even do it. Ty says Xander didn't quit. He was forced to submit. Hey, we can do that. We can do that. We can do that. King Grayson, what my guy, what it do, King Grayson? He said, let's just be honest. We know who the people that's saying that weird shit. Come on now. We know what time it is, man. But I I don't like to alienate anybody. I just put it out there and they gonna hear it. You know what I'm talking about? Speaking of people hearing it, we got some things to talk about too. There's a lot of people out here that are tuning in to the Boxing Talk family, but not giving the Boxing Talk family no love. You know what I'm saying? BTF rise up. You feel me? So they be taking a lot of words that are spoken on this platform and at least shot me out. Guys, dang, I ain't saying you gotta be on my nuts about it, but guys, dang, boy, shot your boy out, man. You know what I'm saying? He said they called the fight because they read his body language. They already talked to the court. If we don't see something, we call. That's a fact. I cannot refute that or debate that. That's what they should do. You see what I'm saying? I agree. Because what was the notion coming into the fight was that Xander wasn't ready for the level of or caliber of fighter that Boots was. Yeah. So you talk about the possibilities, bro. That's a fact. But to me, that doesn't translate to quitting. That just means you're prepared. you're prepared to get up out of there. Like it's like I know I'm gonna take it to a different avenue, but it's like training, right? Like let's say military training. The Navy SEALs, they have that training where they dump you in the water and you gotta hold your breath. Hey man, you gotta go as long as you can, but hey, things get hot. Somebody might have to come in there and get you up out of there. You feel me? That doesn't mean that you gave up, and that don't mean that that you are weak. It just means that your ass could have died, and we don't want you to die. That's it. Maybe Xander's ass could have died. It is boxing. All jokes aside, you can pass away in that ring. Say rest in peace Maxim Derdashev, and shout out to those fighters from Ghana, a couple of them that passed away, and a couple of fighters from Japan. It's a dangerous sport, man. So they got to put in the necessary provisions just in case things get ugly. And shout out to my guy Dane Christensen in the building. He said, once again, you spitting facts. Man, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. He said, once again, you spit facts. If anybody allegedly quit, it's Tim. Come on now. And I don't think Tim Tszyu quit either. But if that's what you want to do, he says Tim Tszyu, after his ugly moment about Errol Spence retina, Tim is going to get lit up by Errol. And I like Errol. I like Tim too. I'm not going to lie. Like, I watch boxing, man, which I know you do too, Dane. So, Tim Tszyu and Errol Spence are cut from similar cloths, right? And they're actually in similar positions too, as far as their career goes. They're both on the decline. I personally believe that the winner and the loser should both retire. I don't think they should ever fight again, but since they're fighting, it's appropriate that they're fighting each other. But I think that Errol Spence, man, he fights anybody, man. Same with David Benavidez, another guy, similar mentality. I think Tim Tszyu is of that same mentality. If you want to say that he could have fought Charlo at one time, he didn't, whatever, but I don't think that anybody would accuse Tim Tszyu of ducking. But at the same time, I think if Errol Spence is anything close to what Errol Spence can be, I think he beats Tim Tszyu rather easily. He says, but I don't know if he's there. That's why it's intriguing, because we don't know what kind of Errol Spence we're gonna get. It's like Errol Spence, like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're gonna get. Shout out to gosh dang Tim Tszyu, Tom Hanks, Tom Hanks, and what's that joke called? What's that movie called? Y'all know what movie I'm talking about? Forrest Gump. Said, but thank you, bro. I appreciate you, Dane. He said, but once he took that knee, he knew what was going to happen. Yeah, you want to argue that's a possibility. Maybe he knew when he took that knee that his corner was coming right behind him. But like I said, man, if you was gonna quit, he could have quit in that first round. He could have got Weez Malima. Y'all remember we were live for that fight. I was like, don't get Weez Malima. Don't get Weez Malima. He could have quit in the first round. He could have quit in the fifth round. So it's like, did he know? I'm sure that they discussed it. I'm sure maybe when they were in the corner coming out for the seventh round, they said, hey, man, things get hot. I'm going to get you up out of there. And maybe they agreed. So maybe when he took that knee, he knew what time it was. We could argue that. But even if we argue that he was prepared to get taken up out of there, in respect to the confines of the sport, if I don't shake my head no, or if I don't say I'm not fighting no more, I'm not quitting, bro. If the coroner stops it, the coroner stops it. If the ref stops it, the ref stops it. If the doctor stop it, the doctor stop it. You know, if we want to argue if the doctor goes and asks somebody, can they see, and they pretend like they can't and they really can, and you want to say they quit, that's cool. But at the end of the day, we know the doctor stopped it. So, you know, it just don't sit right for me, you know what I'm saying, to call him a quitter unless I know, you feel me? Unless I know, and it's not even debatable. Like, it got to be crystal clear that he quit for me, because I feel like that's tough. And Tim did quit, Doc. You wild. He said Tim did quit. Yeah, he quit. Yeah, quit. Tim quit. I say Tim quit. I mean, it's like somebody getting no mas. You know what I'm saying? As great as that, like, let me be clear too. I think quitting is like quitting is almost character assassination, especially you talk about a competitor. So that's why I'm very hesitant to say that. But just because you quit don't mean you can't still be great. Like Roberto Duran, you can't argue that he quit. He no mas, right? So that's in the corner. He quit against Sugar Ray Leonard. That's a fact, but he's still a great, you know. So I'm not saying that anybody's calling Xander Zayas a quitter is making it seem like he's not great or he can't be great. But I'm just saying that I think it's debatable. And if it's debatable, I'm going to lean towards the side of somebody not quitting. You know what I'm talking about? And then even Nicholas Walters, man, you know what I'm saying? Jamaican brethren. Jamaica stand up. Boom! Shout out one time for Jamaica, man, you know?
Me blood
Nicholas Walters, he got no mas by Lomachenko, right? I can't say that he didn't quit. He didn't get off the stool. So that's quitting, you know? That to me, that's closer to quitting. But if you get knocked down, whether you take a knee on your back, you on your face, and and your corner waves it off, like, I can't call that quit. That's just me. Maybe other people can. Do your thing. But me, Virgin has forced me to not like him anymore. Hey, he making it hard. If you like boxing, Virgin is making it hard to like him, bro. You're not on your own. He said Tim quit too. I can't with y'all, bro. I can't with y'all, man. I just got to hear what happened. What up, MMA junkie in the building? What's good, bro? I can't, man. Hey. This man Ty funny, bro. Booger in the building. He said, hold on. He said, yeah, Timmy quit in my opinion. I was like, damn, Tim. Yeah, not the first fight though, you know, not the first. He got flashbacks, man. The man had flashbacks, man. Come on, man. The man went through a traumatic experience, man. What they call that, PTSD, man. You know what I'm saying? Post-traumatic stress syndrome, man. You know what I'm talking about? Or disorder, excuse me. Come on, man. The man had PTSD, man. Come on, y'all chill on Tim, man. Tim shook his head. No, he said, hell no. He said, I'm not. Hey, KD, he said, hey, I'm not going. You see all them hands out there? I'm not going. But y'all gotta chill, man. Chill out, man. Sizzle in the building. What's good, brethren? Y'all chill, man. Chill on Timmy, man. Ryan Garcia didn't quit. Okay, I talked about this in the video. You know, I don't like Ryan Garcia. You know, shame my game. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that spews the racism and hate, it's hard for me to like him. Not to mention, in addition to that, he's also a cheater, a weight bully, and all that. So it's hard for me to like Ryan Garcia. You know, he's a charismatic young man, of course. You want to forgive him. I'm not saying that you shouldn't like him. I'm just saying for me and my principles and my values, I don't rock with that when it comes to him. However, I give him all the credit in the world. You know me, I always say, man, he's one that would really fight. Like he fought Tank. He fought Devin. Granted, you know, there's some questionable circumstances with him cheating and being overweight and all that stuff. You know, he definitely, one thing I will not say is that I do believe that Ryan Garcia will fight people. I'll give him that, you know, and I also give him another thing. I'm Gervonta Tank Davis. That's my guy. I think he's the best, right? Where them GTD chains at? Where them GTD chains? I need to see them GTD chains in the chat. However, you have never heard me say Ryan Garcia quit against Tank. Never heard me say that. I think that if you want to argue that, yeah, but I don't know what it feels like to get hit by Tank in the ribs, you know, and if his ribs are already damaged, you know, prior to, hey, he got punched, he couldn't get up, he couldn't continue. That's the way I see it. I feel like he beat the fight out of him. And some people ask you, what's the difference of quitting and getting the fight beat out you? Sometimes when you get the fight beat out you, you're not physically able to go anymore. It doesn't mean that you don't want to mentally. See, those are two different things. So in my opinion, I do not like Ryan Garcia, but you never hear me call him a quitter. I never call Ryan Garcia a quitter for Tank. Did it look like he could have got up? Yeah. But I mean, it's a body shot. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to literally see his ribs rotate or his ribs translate from one side to the other. You're not going to see that, right? It's internal. So, you know, I never got, I was only an amateur. I never fought in the capacity of a pro. So let me draw that line right now. I have no business speaking on experience as a pro, but I've been in there with big guys, you know what I'm saying? Huge guys. Pause. Hey, yo. I've been in there with huge guys, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we gonna pause that. That was crazy.
No, did he?
But I've been in there. I've been in the ring with guys that are heavyweights. I've been in there with guys that are light heavyweights. Some light heavyweight champions. Tavares Cloud. I don't know if y'all heard of him. Right, he's right out of Tallahassee. Right, I've got hit pretty hard. I never quit. You see what I'm saying? So I can't relate for that point. But at the same time, I never fought Tavares Cloud in a professional either. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you hit me as a professional, it's different to spar. It's different to be in the ring in a real fight with money on the line. So with Ryan Garcia, I never say that he quit against Gervonta. He just got the hell beat out of him thoroughly. And that's good enough for me. You know what I'm talking about? That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. Ty said, and that's one thing I respect about Ty. Not just Ty, but other people. Like I said in that video I dropped, if you call Xander a quitter, cool, but you have to call Dubois a quitter too. You have to call Miguel Cotto a quitter too. You have to call Ryan Garcia a quitter too. You have to call Roberto Duran a quitter too. Nicholas Walters a quitter too. Billy Joel Sanders, you got to call him a quitter too. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's your orbital bone, if it's your kneecap, it's your big toe. You got to call them quitters, bro. You gotta be consistent, and I respect Ty because he's consistent. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ty. He says crazy thing is Harvey AC Javier on the apron when Xander took that. Hey, y'all. Hey, let me pull up the chat because y'all think it's. Let me pull up the chat real quick right here. Hey, I'm not saying this. I'm just reading the chat, y'all. Don't get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? This is not coming from me. I think it's funny. I ain't gonna lie. I think it's funny. Every time I see it, I bust a gut. This man Ty, but I'm not saying it. All right. Ty says, TSO Bodega Ty says, the crazy thing is Harvey, as a Harvey Doc, the referee, ain't even see Javier Centeno, Xander's ISIS trainer, on the apron when Xander took that Puerto Rican knee. He had Xander one question. Yeah, Xander, one question. Are you done? Xander signal yes. I'm not going for that. You gotta explain that one, Ty. We gonna get you all though if you're able to pull up. We gonna get you. I'm not saying that Xander gave no signal, man. I'm not going for that. Shout out to Eric. He said exactly. Sometimes you don't just get the shit beat out of you, but you also get the fight beat out of you. Come on now, E. Come on now. Sizzle says he succumbed. But y'all too much, man. Hey, I'm gonna be fighting for Xander, man. Xander ain't no quitter, bro. Y'all got my boy messed up. He said Ryan quit too. Should be a goodie for sure. Oh yeah, Abdullah and Albert's gonna be a good one. And his team left him. He took the Puerto Rican knee and his team left him. Bro, y'all gotta stop it, man. That's what he gave for trading with G Jacket Joe, not Triple J, not JJJ. He out there trading with G Jacket Joe Goosen. That's crazy, bro. Shout out to my guy Claymore, man. How you doing, bro? Shout out to you, bro. He says, Duran quit. Yeah. Daniel got stopped. I think Daniel got stopped. But they say his orbital, bro, they question the man's whole entire career. Bro, they called Daniel Dubois a quitter because his orbital bone was broken, bro. Kell Brook because his orbital bone broken, bro, and re-broken. Like, what are we talking about? I think it's very imperative that in a fight, especially in a professional capacity, that your hands work, your feet work, and your eyes work. I'm sorry, if you can't see, I think that's a good way that's a good reason to get a fight stopped. If you can't see and your orbital bone is confirmed to be broken after the fight when you get checked with your medical examinations. It wasn't like he quit and he said, oh, my eye was hurting, and they go and check him and nothing wrong with his eye. The man's orbital bone was broken and people still were audacious enough to call that man a quitter. The man who just reclaimed a title since then and tried to avenge his loss against arguably one of the greatest current boxers, one of the greatest of all time and and the greatest current boxer, and Alexander Usyk. He tried to get that back and people called him a quitter because his orbital bone was broken against Joe Juggernaut Joyce. Like, bro, we gotta stop it, man. One time for Daniel Dynamite Dubois, man. We gotta stop it, bro. We gotta stop it, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop it, bro. We gotta stop it, bro. But I stood up for Daniel then, just like, I'm standing up for Xander now. I'm not going for that. Shout out to Dane. 100 Ryan says some ugly-ish. Talk to him, Dane. He said, I like him as a boxing punch. Yeah, hey, I will never, look, just because I don't like the NFL. I got homies that used to play in the NFL. I got homies that still watch the NFL. I'm not that type of person that That's just me though. You know, my mama taught me like I try my best not to judge. You see what I'm saying? Like just because something's not good for me doesn't mean it's not good for you. I'm not saying that, oh, because I don't like Ryan Garcia for the reasons I laid out, that he should never be forgiven. God teaches us to forgive, but on our own, on my own time. And I'm not God. You know what I'm saying? God, that's the beauty of God. You know what I'm saying? He forgives us all the time. You know, but I'm just human. You know, so I might forgive you. You know, tomorrow. You know, next week. You know, next decade. You know, maybe. You know, I got to work on that. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm imperfect. You feel me? So just because I don't like Ryan Garcia, I'm not going to say, oh, because you're a person, or you're a black person, or you're a young person, or old person, or brown person, or white person, you got to not like him too. No, I won't say that. That's not my place. He said, yeah, yes, Tank knocked him down. Bad round 2 and crushed him after the rounds of taking the life out of Ryan. Talk to him. Took the life out of him. Shang Tsung'd him. He Shang Tsung that boy. Hey, Daniel ain't quit. He got his shit broke, and the doctor wasn't finna let him continue. I feel that. Shout out to Ty. We do agree there. We disagree on the other ones, but we agree there. Yeah, I don't call Ryan Garcia a quitter. I can't stand Ryan. I never called him a quitter. Tank is a man at lightweight. Talk to him. The GTD chains at. Yes, sir, Ski. Talk to him. But he got to get his stuff right. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody saying they don't like Tank because he abused women. You won't get me fighting you. I won't fight you on that. You know, that's what they say. It is what it is. If you don't like him, you don't like him. I'm not. I like Gervonta Tank Davis as a fighter. I can't say I like him as a human. I don't know him. He said, if I ever box and get hit in the stomach, I'm gonna fake a seizure. So he said you're gonna be shaking like booty meat on the canvas. That's crazy. Top Rope Brothers is crazy. Ben Whitaker quit. Come on now, Tay. Montana Love quit. Hey, not against Paul though. Paul was involuntary. Paul put that boy to sleep. But hey, that's what they say, man. You know, hey, that's what they say. A couple guys fake seizures after getting touched by Wilder. He said they faked it. Come on, man. Come on, Alberga. They faked it, bro, by the bronze bomber. Come on, man. Daniel Dubois, yeah, absolutely. He's a bad dude. A WBO champion, not to mention IBF champion after Hergovich. Then AJ, talk to him. I would too, be flopped around like a fish. Yo, y'all hell, bro. Anubis in the building, my guy. Shout out to Anubis. He said Virgin is a fool. Fundora, Boots, and Xander knock him out. She said she's gonna be shaking like booty meat on the campus. Well, rest in peace, Michael Clark Duncan, man. Welcome Roscoe Jenkins, when he said he'd be tasing his kids. He said they big ass don't do what they supposed to do. He tased them. Shaking like booty meat. Flopping like a fish on the canvas is crazy. But yeah, but at the same time too, that's why we got to respect the fighters that keep going, man. You got to respect the fighters that keep going. Like, that's the thing. I don't, a lot of times in this culture, and I'm guilty of it too. We all guilty. Sometimes as people, we think because somebody is gangster, everybody else has to be held to that gangster standard. No, you know what I'm saying? Some people, Benavidez is just gangster, bro. That's why you haven't heard me say that Fundora's ducking Boots. I think he's avoiding Boots because he has better opportunities. And people might say that's synonymous, but the distinction that I make is that Fundora has other options that may have been there prior to Boots. So I don't think that you should necessarily just change your path like Albert Bell did. Albert Bell's gangster. Albert Bell said, hey, what's my boy? Joe Cordina can't fight. I'll step in for my title opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I think if you say that he ducked Andy Cruz, I think you're an idiot, a fool, a buffoon, and that's nothing short of moronic. You know what I'm talking about? He's going for a title opportunity that has been eluding him so far in his career. How dare somebody say that he's ducking Andy Cruz? You see what I'm saying? But people will say nonsense like that. But Albert Bell is gangster to take a title shot, his first title shot, on short notice. And Abdullah Mason is gangster for taking a fight against a top contender. Let's applaud that. I can't say that because Sebastian Fundora has other fights like his quote-unquote mandatory Irma Hardbiage that he's necessarily ducking Boots. But if you're going to say that you want to fight Boots and you're going to pretend like you're going to hotline bling him as soon as he beats Xander's eyes, then I don't think that people are wrong to say that you are ducking him, because now you out here pump faking. You see what I'm saying? You're saying one thing and doing the other, knowing good gosh dang well you wasn't going to fight Boots. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, some people you got to be held accountable too, because as I already pointed out at the beginning of the show, Xander Zayas called out Fundora. Fundora vacated a belt so he wouldn't fight Xander Zayas and went in another direction. Again, you want to call that ducking, whatever. But then Xander Zayas moves on some fights later, fights Boots, and then gets stopped. Some people say he quit. So you're telling me that Sebastian Fundora didn't want to fight Xander Zayas, but he's going to be excited to fight the guy that stopped the guy and made quit the guy that he didn't want to fight in the first place? Come on, bro. I don't care what happened in that third round. Sebastian Fundora know what time it is. Samson Lukowicz know what time it is. They don't want to fight Boots, bro. They don't want to fight Boots. You know, but the time is gonna come. You know, if Sebastian Fundora keeps that belt and Jaron Boots Ennis keeps that belt, to where it's gonna be stupid. And I ain't never been stupid for nobody, but it's gonna be stupid for me to say that he's not ducking. I just don't think. I think it's a little premature right now. I don't think it's time. I don't think that we approached that time yet, or we reached that time yet. We're approaching it. I don't think we reached that time yet. There's gonna be a time, you know, when there's gonna be no other option besides unifications, and we'll see what happens. You know, this whole time he hasn't been fighting Vergil Ortiz. Vergil Ortiz hasn't been trying to fight Fundora this whole time. You know, no consolidation of the WBC interim and the full WBC belt between Vergil and Fundora. I will say this: if suddenly those two want to fight, when Boots is available, it's going to look a little shaky, baby. It's going to look a little shaky. I ain't saying that you're ducking, but boy, you might be ducking. Old school in the building. Shout out to my brother William. Old school OG in the building. Stavern can't show his face in Port-au-Prince after that. Hey, man, chill on Bermain, man. I met Bermain Stavern, man. Y'all chill out, man. Shout out to AID. Shout out to Bermain Stavern, man. He said he can't show his face in Port-au-Prince after faking the Wilder fight. Bro, come on, man. Nah, y'all too harsh, man. Y'all too harsh, man. Al Boogie, you hell for that. Shout out to Bermain Stavern, man. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down for AID. Sapa say. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to... I ain't gonna lie. When that happened, though, I'm with you. When I saw that, I said, hold on, Mermaid. I said, wait a minute, Mermaid. Hold on, Mermaid. I ain't gonna. He looked bad. It looked bad. I'm with you. I can't even combat that too much. You know, I can't combat that too much, bro. He looked bad. But y'all chill on Mermaid, man. Yeah, he said Vergil is basically Daffy Duck. Facts. He said it's Friday. No capping on Friday. You right. You can't cap on Friday, man. But look, I wanted to switch it up a little bit, man. They say Xander quit, right? You know, and how could I say this? I'm trying to get my thoughts together. Shout out to y'all, man. Hey, I want to thank you. Don't forget to smack that like button. Smack that like button for your boy, man. Turn us up with the likes, please. You know what I'm saying? Keep us going and growing. Hype the videos. Like the videos. Show some love in the super chat. Become a member. All that stuff is great for the channel to keep us going and growing and take over this thing like we supposed to. You know what I'm talking about? Don't nobody break it down like we do, you know? But, and then as a testament to that, you know, nothing makes me smile more. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I be smiling when I be hearing people that are qualified, you know, that are bona fide, you know, experts, you know, repeat something that I said. Now, I'm not saying they got it from me. I'm not saying they swagger jacking necessarily, because, you know, it's a compliment and it makes me less, and that's how it validates that I'm going in the right track. And everybody's not going to agree. Like Roy Jones is the best boxing mind out there. I don't agree that Xander's eyes quit. And I, you know, out of respect for Roy, you don't want to argue with Roy. I mean, you got to respect him, you know, OG, right? But I'm not afraid to disagree or dispute something that I feel strongly about, right? So I'm not saying that you're always gonna agree, but sometimes, man, you say stuff like I find myself saying some stuff, and then I see somebody else say it. I'm like, hold on, man, you said it just like I said it. Like you ain't remix, you ain't remix, you ain't spin it, you ain't trying to tweak it or nothing. You said exactly what I said verbatim. It sounded like I said it, you know. I just like, man, just show your boy some love, man. Shout out DPT, man. Just, hey, man, it's one time for Dr. Boxing Talk. Shout out to DPT, like especially when you up there and you know that can show some love to the people coming up. You feel me? So like, for example, like Tim Bradley. Once again, I'm not saying Tim Bradley got it for me, but I just saw an interview, and there were multiple points that I shared that we shared, and I said this a long time ago. Look how long ago I said that I think Josh Kelly poses the biggest threat to Jaron Boots Ennis. I said that a long time before Josh Kelly even when it was only a hypothetical that Josh Kelly could become the IBF champion. When Josh Kelly was talking about fighting Bakar Murtazaev, I said, man, Josh Kelly could potentially be the most difficult fight for Boots, you know, because of his elusiveness, because, you know, he's a slick fighter. You see what I'm saying? Yes, he had that stumble and a blemish against David Avanesian, but he's a slick fighter. I think Boots beats him as well, but I think a lot of people are looking at the obvious pick as being the toughest champion in Sebastian Fundora. I think Boots chops down Fundora. I'm not gonna say easy, but I think the game plan will be relatively easy. Now, can he implement it during training camp and execute it on fight night? That's something that's yet to be seen. You see what I'm saying? But as far as how he would approach it, to me, I think the approach for Sebastian Fundora, the game plan for Sebastian Fundora coming from the dungeon in Boise, I think that's easier to game plan for than somebody like Josh Kelly, who's going to use his legs and move around the ring and be evasive and elusive, right? To use that jab. And, you know, he has deceptive power, right? As Bakram Murtazali, when he dropped him, he wasn't knocked out, but he was buzzed a little bit. I've been saying that. Tim Bradley just said it, and, you know, I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? But guys, dang, shot me out a little bit. And I was like, nah, you know, he's great. Tim Bradley's a great man. If I could have a boxing mind like Tim Bradley, hey, that's what I need. You know what I'm saying? That would be a benefit to me. But then Tim Bradley said this too. Tim Bradley also said, remember in that third round when Boots was hurt against Xander Zayas? What did I say, chat? I said people are going to blow this up. They're going to exaggerate it. Yo, shout out to you. Man, I don't know how to... Yo, thank you so much for the gems. It doesn't show up on my page. I just saw it and it went away. I didn't see who it was. I think it was E45, man. Shout out to E45, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. I appreciate it. It doesn't pop up. I don't know why. Yeah, there you go. E45. I have to click on some stuff. E45 sent the high five, man, with the jewels, man. 100 jewels, man. Thank you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Psh, psh. Double high five for you, man. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate the support, man. It goes a long way to keep us going and growing. Look, on another note, what Tim Bradley said, like, remember when we talked about Oscar Perez, your hermano Cardinal? Yes, sir. Shout out to you, Oscar. I saw that one, man, with 100 jewels, man. 200 jewels this time. Shout out to you dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. And yeah, shout out to William. He says Josh Kelly gonna be on his bike all night, right? So I'm not saying, so like I said, I'm saying the way to get to him is going to be more difficult. I think Boots beats them all. So when I say the most difficult matchup, I'm not saying that Boots doesn't come out on top. No, I'm saying he does, but I just think that it'll be harder to game plan for Josh. That's all I'm saying, relative to Sebastian Fundora and the style that he brings. You know what I'm saying? Stylistically speaking. Shout out to my guy E45, man. Flow State for the 200 again, man. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to you, E45, man. Thank you so much, man. Shout out to Oscar. Shout out to E45. Oscar said, I just woke up, you know, been working all night, but I'm here with the 200 jewels. Thank you so much. He said, I appreciate you, Oscar. Shout out to my brother Dane. He says, hey, Bermain was a good heavyweight. Talk to him, man. Y'all don't do my boy Bermain like that, man. He got stopped badly. It was bad though. It was bad. Our Booker said, I actually agree. Josh might be the toughest fight for Boots. Still food, English crumpets, but he might be the toughest. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Boots doesn't come out victorious. I mean, you never know, but I'm just saying I think that's the trickiest matchup. You know what I'm saying? Like William said, he's going to be on his bike all night, and that's why it's going to be difficult. Boots going to have to cut off the ring. He's not going to have somebody that's willing to get into that phone booth or is accustomed to being in that phone booth, you know what I'm saying, for a long time, or their game plan is also to come forward and apply pressure. Boots is going to be, undoubtedly the guy applying pressure. And we see how Xander tried to get away when he was in trouble a little bit, or even Amanta Stanionis tried to get away. I'm not saying running away. I'm just saying trying to get away and box a little bit. And Boots is capable of cutting the ring off. So I'm not saying that this is anything that he's not incapable of dealing with. I'm just saying it's something that I think will give him another look, which he hasn't seen at this high of a level. You see what I'm saying? So that's just my personal opinion. I think Tim Bradley agrees. I take that as a compliment. Shout out to him. However, I want to say this though. Shout out to Smoochie with the 10 jewels. I appreciate you. Floating heart. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Smoochie for the love. I appreciate that. Dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Shout out to Smoochie for the 2 jewels, the 10, and then what, that 12, the 22 jewels. Shout out to you. Room 22, like Rick Ross. What y'all know about that? 222. That's an old song. But let me get to it now. Let me get to before I lose my train of thought again. So the other point that Tim Bradley brought up. So the first point was Josh Kelly. I was like, cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tim. You know what I'm talking about? High five. You feel me? We on the same page, man. It's a compliment. I feel flattered that, you know, we said the same thing. I'm not saying he got it from. I'm just saying that we think alike. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? It's positive reinforcement. But then Tim Bradley said this when Boots got hurt, right? And I was like, man, it's gonna be over exaggerated. And then Tim Bradley said this, man. Tim Bradley said, Jaron Boots Ennis got hurt in the 3rd round by Xander Zayas, who's a unified champion. He said, but we praise Naoya Inoue. He didn't say we praise other fighters. He specifically said we praise Naoya Inoue for getting dropped and having resiliency and durability and bouncing back and stopping Ramon Cardenas, right? Who said that? I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to rub my own shoulder, pat myself on the back. I guess is how it goes, you know, rub the shoulders crazy. Pat yourself on the back, right? But, like, come on, dog. Bro, come on, dog. Bro, come on, dog. I'm not saying I'm the only person that's going to say that. But back to back, like a Drake song, like, come on, bro. Like, come on, man. I've said this, bro. Like, I've said this many times. I said, Naoya Inoue, great fighter. Pound for pound, #1, in my opinion. Usyk's #2 right now after that Rico Verhoeven performance, and Terrence Bud Crawford's retired. Terrence Bud Crawford would be #1 for me. Usyk would be #2 and Inoue #3. But since Bud retired and Usyk just looked bad his last fight against a non-boxer, essentially, Inoue's #1, and he's been looking great against Juto Nakatani. I thought Juto Nakatani was going to win. Shout out to Naoya Inoue, the monster, right? He's #1, Usyk's #2. But I said that Inoue fought Ramon Cardenas, who was relatively unknown, who was a couple months removed from being a part-time Lyft driver. He was a guy that already has a loss, and he lost to the guy named Danny Flores, I believe his name is. And Danny Flores has 17 losses. That's who Ramon Cardenas is. He's been looking good. Yes, things could change, right? But that's who he is. People, he had no business touching Inoue, let alone dropping Inoue. That's who Inoue got dropped by. And that's the guy. And then we said, oh, you know, Inoue, he survived that. He has the mental fortitude, physical fortitude to come back and despite being knocked down and stop Ramon Cardenas. What did Boots just do? Boots just fought an undefeated, unified champion in Xander Zayas. Ramon Cardenas wasn't undefeated. Ramon Cardenas wasn't bigger than Inoue. Ramon Cardenas wasn't a champion, let alone a unified champion. That's who Jaron Boots Ennis got hurt by. He got hurt by Ennis, not dropped. So Inoue got dropped by a lower caliber opponent than Boots got hurt by. And we're knocking Boots. Pause. That sounds crazy. I keep saying knocking Boots, bro. I don't mean like that. Pause. They're a freaky dog.
And I can make it rain with my hurricane tongue like la 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 la.
I'm just saying, show me some love. That's all I'm damn saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, show me some love, you know, because when you take my exact point and say the exact same thing I said, I'm sorry. You know, you may have said that, but the reason why I say that, I think that they heard my takes, at least please just like the video, you know, but the reason why I think that they heard it is because there's so many, how many other fighters got dropped and came back and won, but you used Naoya Inoue like I did. Come on, that's not a coincidence, man. Come on, man. Come on. And Louis Neri also dropped Inoue. We praise him for it. And he deserves praise. But my point is that Jaron Boots Ennis also deserves praise because he only got hurt. He did not get dropped. And he still stopped Xander Zayas. People are arguably saying he quit. I don't think Xander Zayas quit once again, but that's what people are saying. So why are we knocking Jaron Boots Ennis for that? You see what I'm saying? Shout out to Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley emphasize that, and the fact that he has a bigger platform and he's on, you know, larger, and he's a former fighter and a much better analyst than me, you know, it's great that he recognized that too, you know, so even if he got it from me. You feel me? You feel me? Even if you got it for your boy. He said, yeah, we make too much about certain fighters getting touched. Anyway, Boots, these guys are going to get hit. Just how it is. It's just how it is. Shout out to Ty. He said, your boy Speedy, not slick. Shout out to Smoochie for 2 more jewels. I appreciate that. Sorry, 10 more jewels for my boy Al Booger. That's what it was. It looked weird on my end. I got to like click on it. Shout out to my brother Al Booger dropping them 10 biscuits on me.
These biscuits.
Al Booger, man, shout out to you, bro. Al Booger, this man Oscar said Ramon Cardenas couldn't even make the cut to be an Uber driver. He had to drive Lyft. Come on, man. Shout out to Ramon Cardenas. Hey, Ramon Cardenas been looking good though. So it sounds like I'm knocking or I'm putting down Ramon Cardenas. I'm not. Ramon Cardenas is a good fighter, but he's not the caliber of Xander Zayas. And if we're gonna talk trash about Boots getting hurt by a caliber fighter of Xander Zayas, then we also have to keep the same consistent energy and talk trash about Nainoue getting hurt and dropped by a lower caliber fighter. That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. Thank you so much for the jewels. We cooking. Shout out to Smoochie for the 20 jewels. I appreciate that. We going crazy right now. I want to know what these jewels do. You feel me? He said Boots absolutely has to cut the ring off against Kelly on the ropes. Yep. And to get and got to take advantage when he does get him on the ropes. Yep. Exactly. Sorry if I missed the messages, man. If I missed the messages. But yeah, man. So thank y'all so much for the jewels. I appreciate that. So and it just reminds me of another time when shout out to me and Paulie Malignaggi, we don't agree on a lot of things when it comes to Cinnamon and Gervonta Tank Davis. Paulie can't stand them. But one thing I'll always say about Paulie, man, Paulie will show love. Paulie will definitely show love, man. And I remember the one time I was on Pro Box TV and I dropped a list. I think they were talking about Margarito's previous opponents, and I dropped a list. And then Chris Algieri, who I think is one of the best commentators, he read my list. And ain't saying nothing. So I called him. I said, dang, Algieri, you just go read my list and not even show me love. Like, dang, say from Dr. Boxing Talk. Like I said that because they usually read the sender of the message. They be like, oh, such and such said this message. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this guy's the best. And let's say such and such said this, right? Well, Chris Algieri just read my list. They ain't even say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? That came from Dr. Boxing Talk. So I said it. And then Chris Algieri ignored it, of course. But Paulie Malignaggi called him out. Paulie Malignaggi said, hold on, man. We got this message from Dr. Boxing Talk. And he called you out. And he was laughing. I want y'all to see it real quick. Hey, bro, just show your boy some love, man. Don't be stingy, bro. I ain't going to take your shine. We can all shine together. You feel me?
No, Dr. Boxing Talk says Curiel beats Ryan, so they'll keep him.
No, not this clip. My fault. Not this clip. Wrong clip.
Because I think Curiel is dangerous.
Wrong clip.
Yeah, very dangerous. I think he's
wrong clip. Hold on.
But does Curiel have the name recognition of a Barboza at this point? Barboza's name is.
Where is it at? Here you go, right here.
I know, but listen. I mentioned 3/4 of those guys before you even said
right here.
But yes, I'm giving you a shout out for the list. Yes.
Yeah, Paulie Malignaggi held me down right there, man. Shout out to Paulie Malignaggi, man. Give your boy some credit, man. Stop hating, man. You named everybody else that sent the message, but then when it came to me, you wanna just read my list that I gave you and not even say it came from Dr. Boxing Talk, man. Shout me out, man. Stop playing, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me gain some traction too. You feel me? Paulie also said it's quiet for the Black Fighters. It's the era of the Eastern European. Yeah. Paulie be wilding with his takes, but I will say he I like Paulie Malignaggi. He be saying some wild stuff now. You ain't lying about that, Booker. He be saying some wild stuff. Shout out to Smoochie for the 8 more jewels. I appreciate that. Dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. My bad. My mama texted me. Hold on. All right. He said, Chris Areola. Yeah, shout out to Chris Areola. The heavyweight champ took a knee, gathered his bearings, and proceeded to knock his opponent out. Come on now. Shout out to Chris Areola, man. Shared the ring with Deontay Wilder and some other folks too, man. Shout out to Chris Areola. I rock with Chris Areola. Paulie also said it's quiet. Oh, yeah, I read that already. Paulie be hating on, I ain't gonna lie. Paulie be hating on my boy Cinnamon, though. He be hating on my boy Cinnamon, but that's a fact. He be hating on Cinnamon, and he be hating on Tank, man. He don't like them two. But Paulie makes a lot of good points, so I ain't gonna hold you. They all do. I personally believe Chris Algieri is the best. I like Tim Bradley a lot too, But if you see me say something, bro, gosh dang, show me some love, man. Show me some love. Appreciate that, Ty. Yes, sir. One time for Mama Doc. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, bro. But yeah, so I understand why Paulie doesn't like. He says that Cinnamon ducked Dave Benavidez. He held up the division. To me, Canelo's my favorite fighter, man. So, I will call out Canelo too. I wish Canelo would have fought Dave Benavidez at 168, but Dave Benavidez is a big guy, bro. We can't act like that's not a legitimate gripe. You know, like, bro, it's not coincidental that Dave Benavidez, another one of my favorite fighters, right? I don't feel compelled to pick a side, right? I think Dave Benavidez, him being a unified champion at cruiserweight right now, is a testament to how big he is. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like wanting Canelo to fight David Benavidez after he left like when he was at 168, cool. But once he left 168, especially now that he's at cruiserweight, bro, let the Canelo junk go, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, wanting Canelo to fight Dave Benavidez at this point is like wanting Floyd to fight Triple G. Remember back then when those dummies were saying that Floyd should fight Triple G, or that's like wanting Naoya Inoue to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, you know, or wanting Gervonta Tank Davis to fight Devin Haney right now. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's the weight classes. We have weight classes for a reason, man. Like, let it go, bro. Those ships sailed. They not in the same division. They not even in the same next division. They're not even in neighboring divisions. They're not even in adjacent divisions. Their divisions have another division between them. Like, come on, man. Like, Tank is at 135. Devin Haney's not at 140. Devin Haney's at 147. So Devin Haney's not at 135. He's not at 140. He's at 147. You see what I'm saying? Canelo's at 168. Dave Benavidez is not at 175. He's at cruiserweight. So he's not at 168 or 175. He's at cruiserweight. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, let it go, bro. Now you in the way people say you want to fight. Now you in the way to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. Now you in the way he's at 122. Gervonta's not at 122. Or is he at 126? Or he's at 130? He's at 135. Like, I feel like once you have a division or two between you, bro, let it go, man. Let it go. You feel me? You already talked about my Brian Norman post. Shout out to Boxing Nerd. What's your Brian Norman post? Shout out to you, bro. What's your Brian Norman post? I got to get on Twitter. Get on Twitter. Follow your boy on Twitter. You feel me? We growing on Twitter, too. If you love my takes here, follow me on Twitter. You see what I'm saying? Because on there, I can not only be more free, I could also be less filtered. So check me out over there as well, man. Follow your boy on Twitter. And it's the same thing, Dr. Boxing Talk. He said, shout out to my brother Oscar Perez, mi hermano Cardal. He says, David just came out in a Mexican podcast and said he knows WBC wasn't going to give him the fight because Canelo was a cash cow, and that's why he never pressed the issue. Exactly, bro. He said that plenty. Shout out to you, Oscar. Dave Benavidez has said that plenty of times. And when you're a mandatory, you got to petition for it. And that's why I say about Canelo, like, I like Canelo, so people think because I like him, that means I'm defending him out of pocket. No, I'm telling you the truth, bro. If Canelo really ducked David Benavidez, Grant, let me say this right now. Canelo, like you said, is a face of boxing. Just like Floyd. When you're the face of boxing, that means you can fight and not fight whoever you want. What I'm saying is that if he wanted to fight David Benavidez, he could have fought David Benavidez. So you'll never hear me say, oh yeah, Canelo wanted to fight David Benavidez. I wish he would have wanted to fight him. But to say he ducked him, that means that he's avoiding somebody that he has to fight. Yes, David Benavidez was in a mandatory position, but he never put forth the proper paperwork. If he doesn't feel that they would have granted it him, that's his business. You see what I'm saying? And that's blame President Mauricio Solomon and the WBC. Because if Canelo doesn't satisfy his championship obligations, then what happens? You get stripped, right? Ask Terrence Crawford. He got stripped by the WBC. Ask Dimitri Bivol. He got stripped by the WBC. In fact, he got stripped by the WBC in order for David Benavidez to become the WBC champion at light heavyweight, right? Same Mauricio Solomon. Why didn't they strip Canelo? So is it Canelo's fault that the sanctioned body ain't do what they were supposed to do? Or David Benavidez couldn't convince the sanctioned body to do what they're supposed to do? Yes. On one end, I give David Benavidez that. Like, he's a face of boxing. So when you're the face of boxing, you could call the shots. So if Canelo really wanted to fight David Benavidez, he could have made it happen. I agree with that. But ducking, that's a whole nother conversation. You see what I'm saying? That's a whole nother conversation. In my personal opinion, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I can't say Canelo sidestepped or ducked a guy whom he never actually tried to. Come on now, Ty. Hold on. Everybody face forward in your pews. Pastor Bodega Ty is approaching the pulpit. He about to preach right now. He said, I can't say Canelo sidestepped or ducked a guy whom he never actually tried to fight him. Come on now. Where's the evidence that they've outside of talking? Where's the evidence? Where's the documentation? Where's the paperwork that shows that Dave Benavidez put Canelo in a position to where he had to fight him? Those are two different things. Like we gotta acknowledge the business of boxing, not just when it's convenient. We gotta always speak on it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if anything, Fundora is closer to ducking Xander than Canelo was to David Benavidez. If you want to talk about like how things work and how boxing operates, because Xander Zayas wasn't mandatory for the WBO when Sebastian had it. He vacated. Sound like a duck to me, you know. But you know, I still like I give Fundora the benefit of the doubt because he at that time I do think he had bigger fights, you know, with Tim Tszyu rematch, Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying? So I'll give him that. You know, boxing, you are trying to get compensated as well as possible. You don't really hear me talk about the whole compensation discussion or engage in that conversation, the compensation conversation, because they pockets ain't none of my business, you know what I'm saying? But I will acknowledge it as a business of boxing. There's some fights that are more lucrative than others that generate more revenue. So you can argue that for Sebastian Fundora, but the fact still remains that he didn't fight his mandatory, he vacated the belt. That's how Xander Zayas was able to win a vacant belt against Perez, and it is what it is. And the guy that he didn't want to fight, Jaron Boots Ennis, beat him, and people are acting like, oh, Sebastian Fundora really want to fight Boots. Stop it. Stop it. But yeah, man. So there's some other things I want to discuss. Let's transition to Clarissa Shields. I want to make this transition to Clarissa, man. You know, Clarissa Shields is fighting Kay Scott. You know, we have another American versus an Aussie, you know, American versus Australian in boxing, right? We just had we're having Errol Spence versus Tim Tszyu, you know, in Australia. We're gonna have Clarissa Shields versus Kay Scott in Atlanta. Also on the Errol Spence card is another American Australian matchup with Stephen Fulton, Cool Boy Fulton versus or Scooter Fulton, like Scooter Fulton, against Liam Wilson. So that's dope. But you know, a lot of people are disrespecting the GWOAT, man. One time for the GWOAT, you feel me? One time for the GWOAT, yep. One time for the GWOAT, right? People are disrespecting the GWOAT. It's like they're saying, "Okay, Scott is a nobody," and like I get it, man. You know, we don't really keep up with women boxing as much. I know I do, and we do, but I'm talking about when I say we, I'm talking about the boxing community as a whole, right? It's like, I wish people would just be honest. Like, you just don't really know women boxers. You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody's a champion and you don't know them, that's not a testament to them not. That's not indicative of them not being a good fighter. It's a testament to you not really knowing boxing like that. If somebody's a champion and you don't know them, then that's your fault. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, not only is Kay Scott a champion, she's a unified champion. I said this before. I'm sounding like a broken record, but Kay Scott has an extensive amateur background. You know what I'm talking about? Kay Scott is, yes, she's only 5-1-1, right? 5 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. But that one person she lost to is also a unified champion. Oh, and by the way, they're 1-1, meaning that Kay Scott beat Desley Robinson, who's about to fight Tam Tybalt, right? They beat each other. It's like Katie Taylor and Chantel Cameron. They're 1-1. You feel me? So even her loss was to another unified champion. So that's not even a bad loss. And the fact that they're split. They're 1-1. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just so funny that when Kay Scott is a unified champion, we say, oh, she's 5-1-1. That's a reflection on how bad the women's division is, right? That's what people say, right? They say, oh, she's a unified champion. She only has 7 fights, and she's, my bad, somebody's driving. They say, oh, she only has 7 fights. It's more so a reflection on how bad the women's division is. But you know, there's this guy named Vasily Lomachenko. There's this guy. Now, I don't know if you heard of him, but there's this guy, Dane and Tay and Ty and Smoochie. There's this guy named Vasily Lomachenko. A lot of people say he's a Hall of Famer, right? I'm cool with that. Shout out to the Matrix, right? He's 18-3, 18 wins, 3 losses, and 21 bouts, right? You know, he lost to Devin Hayden, Teofimo Lopez, and Orlando Salido. But there was this one point in time where Vasily Lomachenko had his debut fight. Then he had his second fight for a title because of his extensive amateur background. So we thought that he was prepared enough to challenge himself at the pros at the championship level. He fought Orlando Salido. Orlando Salido came in overweight. He was wrong for that, but he won, right? They still thought he could overcome, and they were wrong. He won. Then his very next fight, he fought this one guy named Gary Russell, and he beat him, and he became a title holder. What would that record be, Tay? what would that record be, Ty? If I'm not mistaken, now I'm not often, I think that record for Lomachenko would be 2-1 as a champion. Where's the same energy, man? So that means Lomachenko he's a beneficiary of the men's boxing division being weak, right? Because if Kay Scott is a beneficiary of women's boxing being weak because she's 5-1 and a champion, what do you say about Lomachenko being 2-1 and a champion? You see what I'm saying? We don't keep the same energy, man. We don't keep the same, and that's my problem. Like, that's my problem, because people will go and reach at any lengths of the earth to try to knock somebody instead of just saying the truth. It's either one or two things. Either you don't know shit about women's boxing, and that's okay, or you do not like Clarissa Shields, and that's also okay. But do not masquerade as some boxing savant or some a boxing aficionado or somebody that has a large amount of boxing expertise because you don't know K. Scott. No, you don't know K. Scott because you don't watch women's boxing, and you're very contradictory in nature. You will applaud Lomachenko for being a champion in 3 fights, but then poop on K. Scott for being a champion in 7 fights. Make it make sense. You can't make it make sense. And you say, oh, well, Lomachenko had an extensive amateur background. That's exactly what K. Scott has, an extensive amateur background. That's part of the reason why she was able to become a champion so quickly. Her background's so extensive that she shared the ring with Clarissa Shields before. They have familiarity with each other because her amateur background's so extensive. But people just be hating, man. People just be hating, bro. People just be hating, bro. And it's the same thing with Clarissa Shields, right? We'll say, oh, Clarissa Shields, she only has 17 fights, blah, 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 and she's so accomplished, but she did it in so little fights, and they say that like it's a problem. But then Usyk only has a few fights, and Beterbiev only has a few fights, and who else? Give me somebody else that only has a few fights and they've been a champion, and we applaud them. Like, come on, bro. Like, you can't do that. You can't. I mean, you can. You just gonna look stupid when you talk to somebody that really knows boxing like myself. You gonna sound stupid. You see what I'm saying? We applaud certain fighters for having a low quantity of fights and be a hell of accomplished, or like Xander Zayas. You know what I'm saying? But then other fighters, you could say the same thing, and somehow it's a negative. What? Abdullah Mason doesn't have that many fights. He's a young guy. Champion, bro. We should celebrate that. You know what I'm saying? So why aren't you celebrating Clarissa Shields? Just say you don't like her, and that's cool. I'm not saying that she's the most likable person, but that's what I think it is. I think people pay attention to, and that's okay. But people pay attention to what a lot of fighters are eating, who they're dating, what kind of clothes they're wearing, and that's why they don't like their personality. I'll be honest. I'm not saying that she's the most likable person, but I don't really pay attention to her enough to not like her that way. You know what I'm saying? I guess. I like her though. It's like Amanda Serrano. The only reason why I don't really like Amanda Serrano is because of how she comes off. Like she throws rocks and hides her hands. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like a lot of the, I'm not saying Clarissa Shields is not at fault because she said some crazy stuff too, but I think Alicia Baumgartner as well and Amanda Serrano, they do a lot of talking, and people ignore the stuff that they talk, the stuff that they say, and the stuff that they initiate, and they only focus on what Clarissa Shields says back. And a lot of times she's replying or responding or retaliating. A lot of times she's not the initiator. You know what I'm saying? So I think that means something as well. But shout out to Alicia Baumgartner. She's a good fighter. Shout out to Amanda Serrano. She's also a great fighter. They are great fighters, man. They are great fighters. He was 6-1 when he fought the Axeman. Come on now. When he fought Nicholas Axeman Walters. Talk to him, Ty. Come on now. Allah said Loma Loki ruined boxing for a bit, along with Canelo, the franchise championships. Yeah. But that's not their fault though, man. That's that's a greedy section of bodies, man. Tay said Japanese fighters be fighting for belts with single digit fights. Yep, because that's indicative of and look, I'm so glad you said that, Tay. I'm not saying that the women's divisions don't have a shallower talent pool. Of course they do. But to make it seem like that is the only reason why certain women like K. Scott, like Gabriela Fundora, like Clarissa Shields, like whoever else it is, to say that that's the only reason why they're on top, it gives off hated energy, man. Because there's enough women for, if they weren't good, then they wouldn't be on top. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not just given. So just like the Japanese fighters, right? A lot of Mexican fighters, a lot of small, I would say not just Japanese, Mexican fighters too, and even the smaller American fighters, there's just less of them. But like the smaller division fighters, they are beneficiaries of having quick title shots too. Look at Tenshin Nasukawa. He just fought for a belt. He lost against Takuma Inoue, but he had like 7 or 8 fights. Look at Daigo Higa. He's at bantamweight. This man has 4 title shots consecutively. Look it up. I'm not, because y'all be thinking I be bull jiving. Hold on. Because sometimes y'all be thinking I be bull jiving. Let me pull up Daigo Higa for you real quick. Let me pull up Daigo Higa. Let me pull up Daigo Higa for you, bro. This is Daigo Higa. Look, Yoshiki Takei, he fought Yoshiki Takei for the WBO belt. He lost. Now, you know BoxRec doesn't show the WBA titles, right? Then there's not going to say title here because it's for the WBA. We know that, right? Seiya Tsutsumi, he was a WBA belt holder. He's just a champion to recess right now because he's injured. He fought Seiya Tsutsumi after losing to Yoshiki Takei for the WBO. His next fight was Seiya Tsutsumi for the WBA. Then his next fight was this guy. Who's this? Antonio Vargas. He was the guy sitting in as a title holder for Seiya Tsutsumi because, like I told you, he's a champion to recess. He got back-to-back WBA title shots. How do you know Antonio Vargas is a WBA title holder? Because he just fought Bam Rodriguez. And Bam Rodriguez is now a WBA title holder at 118, right? Exactly. That's another title shot. And now he's fighting Riku Masuda. For what? You guessed it. Another title shot. 4 fights consecutively for titles. I need to know who Daigo Higa knows, because he got the hookup. They showing Daigo Higa major love. He getting major love. I don't know who he knows. He on somebody's good side. But Albert Bell needs to get hooked up with his management team, because Albert Bell would have had plenty of title shots if he got hooked up with his management team. So yes, smaller divisions get title shots faster, and so does women divisions. But to make it seem like, you see Daigo Higa, right? Daigo Higa, I just showed you 4 title shots. He ain't win that one of them. he got 2 draws and an L, and the next fight is yet to be determined. I'm not saying that. My point is saying that is that even if you get the opportunities, you still have to capitalize. So even if you want to say, oh, it's a small talent pool, you don't get 2 gold medals, remain undefeated, and become a multi-division undisputed champion like Clarissa Shields. And a lot of your opponents are champions themselves. That doesn't happen if you can't fight. So it has nothing to do with just the talent pool. It has everything to do with her being great. But yeah, I'm going to open up the phone lines. Anybody want to call in, man? Anybody want to call in, man? The phone lines are now open. I got to go run and do some, get a couple fireworks for 4th of July. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, so Rico Masuda versus Daigo Higa for the WBA regular belt. It's for a WBA regular belt. My bad. I forgot to say that. But the point is, he fought for the WBO belt against Takei, lost. WBA belt, the full belt against Seiya Tsutsumi, had a draw. WBA full belt against Antonio Vargas had a draw. And now he's fighting for the WBA regular belt against Rico Masuda. Back to back to back. Chantel Cameron. Now I'm torn. I like Chantel Cameron and I like Michaela Mayer, man. I'm torn on that one. Take it easy, Smoochie. I appreciate the gems. Shout out to Ty, said Amanda Shiesty. Yeah, I don't like that Shiesty stuff. I'm kind of leaning towards Michaela, though. But I really wish Chantel Cameron would get her a get back against Katie Taylor. I mean, well, I wish that Katie Taylor would have had that fight with Chantel Cameron for the trilogy, because they're 1-1 and people ignore that. Disrespectful to Chantel. But yeah, I'm torn. I would say I like Michaela Mayer a little more. You know what I'm saying? The old American Michaela Mayer, you know, she's on my intro, so you see Michaela Mayer there. I like Michaela Mayer a lot, but I like Chantel a lot too, so I don't know. If I was gonna bet on it, I'd bet on Michaela. I bet Michaela. Who you got, Tay? I'd bet Michaela. Pull this up. As I get ready to bring them up, let me run this ad for y'all real quick. I haven't really been making my newsletter as often as I used to. I apologize for that, but check out the newsletter, y'all. Check out the newsletter. So you can't get enough of the doc? Ladies and gentlemen, don't worry about it. You're not alone, but I do have a fix for you. head over to docscorner.beehive.com where you can find all of the hottest news, the latest news, all real talk, no gimmicks, and no fluff. Right here at Doc's Corner, a newsletter written by yours truly. In order to sign up, all you have to do is enter your email here. But I will tell you, if your name is still long sweaty big balls at hotmail.com, you will not receive an email from me. Change it or you won't be getting this newsletter, bruh. I'm sorry. And it's delivered personally to you right in your inbox every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And always remember, the doctor's in your corner.
Hey.
My guy. Fellas, what it do, man? Got Oscar, Ty, Dane in the building. What's good?
How's it going?
Man, it's going great, man. I can't complain, man. How's everything on your side?
I'm enjoying life day to day. How are the rest of you?
Great, man. Great, bro. I'm just trying to enjoy the days we got, you know?
Yeah, I hear you on that, dude.
Been watching this World Cup too, man. I know you don't really partake, but I know my boy Oscar does.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
I'm telling you right now.
What you telling me, bro?
Belgium and England, they're going out next round.
Ooh.
US of A, Mexico, they're gonna go through what?
Let's go. Let's go. Who's playing right now? Australia and Egypt, right?
Man, a bunch of randoms.
It's a bunch of randoms. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. I agree. I don't really care about this game either. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no. Hell no. Now the US of A, man, they cooking. Mexico,
come on now.
We cooking.
Mexico cooking, USA cooking. Hey, Portugal had to scare. What you think about that?
I think they got a little help.
Hey, that's what they say. I looked a little. Hey,
that red card was bullshit.
Hey, come on now, Ty.
My boy did the Bron. They said, "Get out, get out."
Croatia. I was surprised that Croatia did so good.
Yes, bro. I was like, "What the fuck?" Nah, they messed up my parlay, and I'm not gonna lie.
Shout out to Croatia, man. That's why you can. Hey, that's why I love it, man. You can't count anybody out in any sport.
Nah, this gotta be the best World Cup ever, man. Like at least what I've seen is just surprise after surprise. The African teams, you got the North American team, and the bunch of favorites losing or looking bad. They said they can't handle that heat though.
Come on, that heat really hot. Shout out to Tay. Yeah, man. Andrew Maloney just came a title holder, IBF, right? He just beat Willibard Garcia. Ray Maris says Vergil Ortiz KO's Boots. Hey, we'll see. Hopefully we get to see it, man. We'll get to see him try. Hopefully, I think you have more belief than he does.
Hey, bro, I think you're forgetting one thing. For him to knock him out, he has to fight him.
Facts.
Man, Vergil going to the same spot I went to.
Wait,
to the motherfucking hospital.
He's going to the same spot I went to. What that is? The hospital. That's crazy.
Emergency.
Yeah, I don't think Vergil wants that pressure, man. I don't think Vergil wants to fight. Not just Boots. I don't think he wants to fight Xander either. I mean, not Xander. Sebastian either. So.
He doesn't want to fight Bakram or Abad.
Come on now, Bakram either, right? Or come on now. It is what it is, though, man. It is what it is, though, man. Y'all talk to me, man. What y'all think about these topics we were talking about? What's going on, man?
Oh wow.
Yeah, we had a lot.
There's so much to unpack. But go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm gonna wait because not gonna be on my ass. He gonna be mad at me just like Roy.
Yep. Surely is. Because you and Roy be tripping, man. Y'all tripping on my boys, man.
No, it's not. Nobody's tripping. It's just a different perspective. When you ready to die about yours, you look at things a little different.
That's a good point. And you got to respect Roy for that, because and that's what I think you pointed out to me, Ty. Like the dynamic between Roy and Ward is like that's why I think it's so good, because they have different approaches. Like and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but you could tell that Andre was more methodical with his career as far as like the timing when he's gonna take fights, who he's gonna fight, stuff like that. Like I said, I'm not implying that he's picking and choosing or cherry pick. I'm just saying like they were more thoughtful in the process. Roy was just like, hey, you want to fight? Bring your ass. That's it.
It's a difference between a guy that's sitting there saying, I gotta make it home to my wife and kids.
Right.
Versus the one that's kissing his wife saying, I might not ever come back home.
Right. I agree with that. That I can't refute. You're right about that. You're right about that, bro. But dang, man.
Question for the panel.
Yes, sir.
You were talking about Loma earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all think any American or Mexican with 18-3, with the guys, some of the guys that he lost to, with the Washalitos, are pretty much a nobody that became somebody after he beat you? I don't mean that was he's Devin Haney, so I don't really mind that one. But with 18-3 losses, you see any American / Mexican fighter being considered a Hall of Famer?
Bro, that's the crazy part because for me, no. But I don't think any other. I can't even think of a fighter from any other. Like I don't even think maybe a UK fighter. It depends who he fought. Like Lomachenko has fought some good guys though. Gotta give him that. But like you said, 18-3. He loses a fight every 7 fights. That's 21 fights, and he had 3 losses. Like Canelo has 3 losses, and he has 65 wins. You know what I'm saying? Like like that's crazy, bro. You think about it. Canelo and Lomachenko have the same amount of losses. One has 68 fights. The other one has 21 fights. That's crazy. But Lomachenko does have what's my boy's name? Guillermo Rigondeaux. That's a good win.
I was gonna say that, but it was like
Axeman.
The Axeman, Nicholas Axeman Walters.
I think that's his best win.
He beat Russell, his 3rd fight.
Gary Russell, to become a champion.
Featherweight.
Yep.
Because like you say Rigondeaux, and then I think like, yeah, but don't people make a complaint from Tank Davis to Lil?
Come on now. I was just about to say that. Leo Santa Cruz. Come on now. Talk to him.
And then, but then it's like, oh, it's Rigondeaux. But Rigondeaux was a legend.
Yep. He was definitely smaller. He was definitely smaller.
Smaller than Leo Santa Cruz.
That's a fact.
I think he should be a Hall of Famer, but he doesn't make it to that upper tier where the greats of greats belong.
Okay.
And since we put Loma there, we got to sit Manny Pacquiao right next to him.
Oh, hold on now.
Because when you look at the circumstances of who he fought, when he fought him, how he fought him, people will nitpick Tank Davis and talk about stipulations what he put on people. Did we not see the circumstances that Oscar De La Hoya had to fight him under?
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
That Oscar,
we don't like Margarito, but how you going to fight a guy at 54 at 148? Yeah. Will you forget that?
I thought it was 152 or it was 150, right?
No. That's what he was only allowed to rehydrate back to 52.
Oh, okay.
He hit him with the double whammy.
You are correct.
Tay said we counted Jermaine Ortiz a loss for Loma too. That was a good fight. Oh no, man. No, I mean you're right. I mean you're right. Go ahead, Dan. Go ahead.
I was gonna say in Lomachenko's defense, yeah, people say that Rigondeaux was a lot smaller, but if you wanted, you could give him the same. You could give Loma the same latitude in regards to fighting Haney, who was enormous by comparison.
Hey, Dane, I can't get that to you.
Yeah, I mean neither.
You fighting a guy that was campaigning at the same weight as you versus a guy you refuse to fight at a weight that y'all were at the same weight as. Then when it was offered again, you said, "Nah, you gotta come up here."
Okay.
I love these conversations, man. Stay on your square, Dave.
No, I'm listening to what he said. So you're saying that Rigondeaux asked Loma to come down to 118?
No, before
when they were in the same. When they were in the same.
118. Where did he fight?
No, 122. I meant 122.
You had the weights right, but where was Rigondeaux at?
Rigondeaux,
he wasn't at 126.
No, he was not a featherweight. That is true. He was not a featherweight. He was a he was at 118, and I don't think he went above 122 on a regular. No, off the top of my head, because I have been looking at his
That's
stuff.
the equivalent of Tank telling Bam Rodriguez, "Come fight me at 35 today, or no fight."
Come on now.
But Bam just
And
went
Bam
up to
going there get cooked.
118. Bam just went up to 118. This is his third weight class as a champion. If
He's
I'm
at
not
118
mistaken.
now. But I'm saying if Tank said, "Come up 235 to fight me," it'd be the same thing.
Yeah, you have a point. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I understand the correlation. Yeah. If they're campaigning at the same weight class, they're both making the weight, then yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
And you find somebody that had what 20-something fights out there that weight. That's somebody that actually belong there. It's not somebody you have to pull up or go find.
Yep.
Versus fighting the guys actually at your weight.
Mm-hmm.
I just think
So
that
you think he's
they're picking and
overhyped?
choosing. Yeah. That's basically. I think that Loma. It's not for me. I think Loma, especially watching him, is not overhyped. Especially like hearing him talk is like he says all the right things. It's hard not to like Loma, but I think the way the boxing media they pick and choose is kind of what Ty is referencing. You know, it's like
That's what I'm saying. He overhyped. He's a great talent.
Right.
But when you ask Bob Arum, he's saying he's better than Muhammad Ali.
Right.
And you got these commentators
right
repeating the same rhetoric.
Right.
You got Max Kellerman on his knees. What can you say?
Right.
You have Tim Bradley.
Yeah, Tim Bradley Waller. Tim Bradley Waller. Yo, Michaela says, Ortiz, you got to sleep first. You talk too much. Zayas take the fight. You didn't. I agree, man. I agree.
Not only that, but like going to I'm going to switch topics for a little bit, then we'll go back to Loma. But like the only reason, and this is a fact, like the only reason who was Boots' last fight before this one, it was the IBA.
Weizma Lima.
IBO.
No, Lima.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. For the IBO, you're correct.
The only
at
reason
154.
Boots that guy is because Oscar and Vergil came out. No, Vergil came out and said, "Hey man, I am fighting till 2027."
Yep.
And then he came back and once Boots got the Lima fight.
Yep.
He came back and fought Lubin.
Come on now.
And then it was like, all right, this fight's gonna happen. And then he was like, well, you know what? I got mad at Oscar. I'm gonna take you to law.
I agree. A lot says they claim Loma had the best footwork ever. I almost threw up. Hey, Loma, that's the thing. I don't want to make it seem like we hating on Loma because I do not want to do that. Loma footwork was great, but it's like, but they speak in their speech is so hyperbolic when it comes to him. Like it's so much hyperbole that's associated with him is what Ty is saying. It naturally makes you, if you watch boxing, it makes you kind of counter the points, and then when you counter the points, it's like people think you hating. But yeah, it's just like the best. Like how? I don't know.
I got another example.
What you're saying. Go ahead, Ty. I'll listen.
It's just like right now, everybody says Shakur Stevenson is the fastest 4-weight champion.
Right.
Which is false.
Yeah.
Right.
Because what are you counting by? You talking about the amount of fights in between when he first got his first one, or are you talking about total fights?
Right.
Because that belongs to Kosei Tanaka, fastest 3-weight and fastest 4-weight. But because he's from a market that we don't really care about,
right,
we're not going to credit him.
Shout out to KO Tanaka, man.
Yeah, and he did it at 27, not 28.
Mm-hmm.
Youngest.
Yep. It's kind of like going like to another example. It's kind of like Bam right now. People saying that he's the best small weight ever, and
oh man,
and that he's so underrated. I'm like, how is he so underrated for a small weight standard? Like Kosei Tanaka is a 3-weight division weight class. He didn't even make the top 10. Hell, he wasn't even in the top 15.
Nope.
Kenshiro Taraji, Katsuto Ioka, all them guys, you know.
Shout out to Kishiro Taraji. Yeah. Hey, my boy, Big Junto. Now, Bam doing his thing, too. Yeah, 3 division.
He's cooking.
Bam doing
but
his
for
thing,
a small weight, he has zero to none, like the credits for him to be top 5 pound for pound. Does he look nice? Yes. Is he a tremendous talent? Yes. But I know of fighters that have made way more strides and have way more titles and fought way more people than him making top 10.
Yeah.
Well, it's obviously he's getting pushed, and you could only fight who's being put in front of you, and he's taking those opportunities and he's winning. So I mean, you could criticize the people that are praising him and saying, "Oh, that's a little bit too much adulation, that's too much praise." But hey, I mean, as a boxer, he's doing his job. I mean, he's doing it impressively. So I can't fault him at that. What other people say, I mean, that's on them. Same thing goes back to Lomachenko. I'm not going to say he's the greatest ever. In fact, he's not even close to my favorite fighter.
Right.
But, I mean, he fought who was put in front of him. Yes, he took a loss to Salido. He took a loss to Teofimo. He didn't get the decision over Haney. I still, oh man, that's a tough one. You could justify him winning that fight, as I've watched it a few times. But
I agree with that.
I mean, yeah, the thing is, you could only fight who's put in front of you, and you use the skill set. You come prepared. You do your job. You offer up what you got, and what the media hypes you up to be, or what they say you aren't crap. I mean, that's on them. I'm just talking about the boxer and what he's accomplished. I mean, to this day, I mean, I always use him as an example, but people still hate on Nas, Prince Nassim Hamed, and I'm like, come on, man. I mean, he fought who he was supposed to fight. He was extremely accomplished. He had one loss on paper, and people still crap on him 26 years later. I mean, you could do the same thing about Loma. You could a lot of people downplay Gervonta Davis's record and say, "Oh, he was only regular champion at 140. He's afraid to go above." It's like, no.
Yeah.
He fought who was put in front of him. He took the opportunities that were given. Right now, he's kind of off the grid, but he did his thing, and props to him. And he's not only very entertaining, but he's skilled, and he knocks people out, and he sells. I mean, people are going to say what they're going to say.
Yep.
I think people are just.
But I got.
Give me one quick second. Let me holler at this super chat real quick. Shout out to my brother Ty dropping the 10 jewels, man. I appreciate it, brother. Yes, sir. With these biscuits, appreciate it. And then shout out to Dane, man. Shout out to Dane for his explanation. Shout out to Oscar for sparking the conversation, initiating it, being the catalyst, and shout out to Ty as well. I think both of y'all, I think we're all making good points. You know, I think that with Lomachenko. The reason why I say I agree, I think Devin Haney won, but as Oscar and Ty know, when I scored the fight the first time, I scored a 7-5 for Loma, so I could see why people think Loma won. But I watched it again. Every time I watched it thereafter, I had it for Haney. But my issue is not whether someone has Loma winning or Devin Haney winning. My issue is when people say it's a robbery. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a robbery either way. I feel like it was a close fight, could have went either way, in my opinion, on that fight. So if you scored it for Loma, I'm cool. If you scored for Haney, I'm cool. But when people say Loma was robbed, the reason why I push back on that so hard, because I feel like, man, they're close fights. It can't be a robbery, number one. Number two, if he was robbed, he could have had the rematch. He didn't want it. It's like Shaquille Foster, right? He's also on Top Rank. He fought Hapsika Seisao. I thought he was robbed, but forget what I think. Foster thought he was robbed too. That's why he took the rematch. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so if you feel like you robbed, do it again. You know what I'm saying? And Loma is documented he didn't want it. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So, but go ahead, Oscar. I think Oscar was for to say something. I just want to interrupt.
It was funny he brought up Tank, because I have Loma and Tank in the same category, where it's like, do they look nice? Yes. Do they have the crazy talent? Yes. But you can't forget the fact that they underachieve, or they've been underachieving. And I think that's where most of the criticism comes from. But it's mostly just like, well, he's fought nobody, because Tank went through, shared division with Tio, Devin, Shakur. Right now, I don't really want to see him fight anybody right now. But You know, I think that's where. And Loma, man, he had Shakur right in the state. He was stablemate. See, they could have made that fight.
You feel me? And may I add to that, Oscar? You do? Yeah. Okay, but I want to say that I give Loma a lot of flack for that. But to be fair, and okay, so I'm gonna tell you the reason why I give him a lot of heat for that, for not fighting Shakur, and they're on the same stable or top rank, is because when we see guys like Xander, bro, like, you know, I'm not saying everybody is in the position of Xander, and of course it's a little different because, you know, Loma and Shakur were on top rank, so top rank probably didn't want them to fight, and either one of them to get a loss, especially not Loma. You know what I'm saying? So could they have blocked it? Yeah, it might not have been Loma solely, but man, Xander showed us what Bob Arum said about the fight. Ty, he wanted Xander to fight Boots. Fuck no.
Fuck no.
You see what I'm saying? So if somebody doesn't want to fight, boys, if you really want that fight, it's hard. It's hard, man. It's hard to say, hey, man, you couldn't. Somebody block the fight because Xander just showed us once again. Not just Xander, other fighters too, but Xander just showed us. If you really want that thing, Vergil, if you really want that fight with Sebastian, if you really want that fight with Boots, if you really want that fight with Bakram, you could have made it happen. Nobody wanted Xander. Xander's camp. His coach didn't want him to fight him. Bob Arum, his promoter, didn't want to fight him. Xander made that happen. And then we turn around. That's why it pisses me off when people say he quit. And this not to you, Ty. But I'm talking about like people who just say, just without any justification, any type of explanation, that he quit. It's like, bro, we talk about a guy that he went completely out of his way. Shout out to Boots too. Boots went out of his way to go for the smoke as well. You know, Vergil didn't want that pressure. So it's crazy to me, man. And those things aren't necessarily related. That's just how I feel personally. But go ahead, Oscar, my fault. About Xander's eyes, like you could want the smoke and quit. I want to be like, because you could do those things together. I'm just saying, for me, it's hard for me to. I got to really see, like, if Xander ain't say I quit, I ain't gonna call him a quitter, bro. But go ahead, Oscar.
One of the guys that I gave a lot of flack to is right now is Navarrete. That and I like Navarrete. I think he's a fucking tremendous fighter and all this and that. But
I like Navarrete too,
bro. I've been wanting those Shaggy fight for like the last 3-4 years.
Yeah, but Vaquero got to tighten up, man. I mean, I don't know. He got to tighten up, bro. I want to see him and Foster. I don't think Kakachi will fight him. No disrespect, but just from what he showed me, I don't think Kakachi will fight Foster or Navarrete. I feel like he only went for that belt because it was Jazzy Dickens. It was easy pickings. So, but I don't know. Bars too. Hey, easy pickings, Jazzy Dickens. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jazzy Dickens, though. But I just the way. I mean, Kakachi said out of his mouth. He said he don't care for the belts. You know, that's why he said he did it, which I didn't even put that much pressure on him, right? He didn't fight Nunez because he said he doesn't care about the belt. So he gave her the belt and he went and fought, what's my boy's name? Was it Leigh Wood, I believe? Leigh Wood. He went and fought Leigh Wood. He gave her the belt. Right. So he said he wants more money. Cool. Get your money. You know what I'm saying? He gave up the belt for that. Then he was supposed to fight Ray Ford. Remember that? And then he was injured. I ain't never seen no documentation of the injury yet. I don't have to see it, but I haven't seen it. And so he didn't revisit that fight. And then all of a sudden, was it Lamont Roach, I think, gave up the belt, right, to fight Isak Cruz. And then that WBA elevated Jazzy Dickens, and all of a sudden, who wants the belt now? It just looks shaky, bro. Anthony Kakashi went and fought Jazzy Dickens. Like, you ain't want to fight Lamont Roach this whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just looks crazy, bro. So it's hard for me to overlook those things. You know, that's not that we're hating on any particular fighter. It's just that we watch boxing a lot, bro. So we see the movements or lack of movements. And Vergil looking very shaky, bro. Vergil was supposed to fight Stanionis. Like, what we talk about? That's at 147. Vergil could have fought Stanionis twice. Come on, man. And who ended up fighting Stanionis? Boots. Vergil could have fought Boots. Who ended up fighting Boots? Xander. Vergil could have fought Xander. Who ended up fighting Xander? Boots. So, like, these guys are fighting, bro. These guys are fighting, bro. We got to give them credit, man. We go point out the ones that aren't fighting but talking like they are, bro. Talk to him, Tay. He said Leigh Wood and Jazzy Dickens, two guys with multiple losses to Drain Cordina. Come on, man. And the Drain, I ain't gonna lie, he put Cordina to sleep, though. I ain't gonna lie. He did this thing against Cordina, though. He did this thing against Cordina.
For those that keep on playing, man, all this happened. This fight happened because of Xander. Yes, he was a part of making it. But let's not forget, this was a matchroom card.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Who really put the bread up?
That's
who really made the fight.
Come on now, Matchroom and Boots looking like, hey, looking like they and they should be right. They technically speaking, 2 belts. He's the man. But I'm saying he's looking like the man of the division, man. He's making the fights happen. Second fight there, 2 belts, Matchroom on a Matchroom card. You know, don't they have the rights to Xander Zayas' next fight too? If I'm not mistaken. Them being Eddie Hearn. Yeah, they have the right to his next fight, whether it's with Boots or not. They signed from what I've been reading, it's reported that it was a 2-fight deal. Doesn't mean that Xander has to fight Boots again. It just means that his next fight is also gonna be under Matchroom or with Matchroom.
Matchroom.
Yep. Remember the WBO order, Bud too. Come on now, remember the handshake. Remember the handshake with Turkey and Oscar. What was the handshake about? It was about Vergil and Bud and Shakur and who? Zapata. Shakur and Zapata fought. Did Vergil and Bud fight? Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like you could blame. Okay, even if you say Boots it was ducking Vergil, okay. Xander ducking Vergil, okay. So Bakram ducked Vergil too. Gosh dang, Xander ducked. Like, come on, bro. Bud ducked Vergil too. Stanionis ducked Vergil too. Like he's in the same boat as what's my guy from Australia? Cruiserweight, Ja Pataya. That's not me knocking Ja Pataya. It's just it is what it is. Like. I think Ja Pataya is one of the best at cruiserweight. I think it's him and Dave Benavidez right now. But, you know, you could say Chris Billion Smith ducked him. That's what they say. But Chris Billion Smith fought Zerto. You could say Zerto ducked him, but Zerto fought Dave Benavidez. You could say Noel McCain ducked him. Noel McCain fought Badu Jack. It's like these guys are fighting each other, bro. So what's the problem? I'm not saying Ja Pataya is scared, but maybe it's more like a promotional thing. Maybe they're not putting the money up, you know, to entice these guys. Remember, everybody was scared of Boots, and Stanionis ended up. That's what they said about Boots, right? And that's the same critique I gave Boots, bro. I'm very thorough, bro. I'm very consistent, bro. I said, hey, Brian Norman's not fighting Boots. Barrios not fighting Boots, bro. We had this conversation. Ty was on my head top, but I said Brian Norman's not fighting Boots. Stanionis not fighting Boots. Barrios not fighting Boots. These are all champions not fighting them. Maybe it's a deeper issue about the team not putting the money. And then Boots finally got the shot to him and Eddie Hearn. They finally got the fights. So was Stanionis really scared, or was he just not being compensated like he felt he should have? Same with Barrios. If you look, Team Norman, and Team, what was the other team? Stanionis. They all had the same, whether you believe him or not. I'm not saying believe him, but they all had the same alibi. It was that they didn't feel like the numbers were good. And you could make an argument that they wanted too much too. There's that argument too. He said, Kid Austin, the Vergil, Duck It Wreck, Golden Shower. Golden Shower Promotions. Hey, yo. I love that, bro. Hey, we be coming up with them terms, man. We gonna get beat up, though. That's why y'all gotta have my back. Called Vergil the Vergin, Golden Shower Promotions. Oh, Lord. I'm finna get jumped. Shakur, them on my head top. Ain't nowhere safe. I can't
do it. Out over there is Bernard. He the only one that's actually pulling up.
He pulling up, take you to the bathroom.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Who did he think? Was it Bill? Was it Bill? He said, go to the bathroom.
It was Bill.
Yeah, it was Bill, yeah.
When he was at the Golden Boy headquarters, it was a little dude. He was fighting the Fourier.
No. I don't want no smoke with Vergil the Vergin either, man. I don't want no smoke with nobody. I definitely don't want no smoke with the alien, the executioner.
I don't know about Vergil. He pulled up the Grand Prairie and he ain't do shit.
But I don't want. That's the thing. I don't want to beef with the fighters, man. I'm just here to give the news. If you do something good, I'm gonna talk about it. Look at Rich Sidges. I like Rich Sidges, but he looking Fugazi too. He doing all this called out Devin Haney, called out this person, Gervonta Davis, Oscar Duarte. You fighting Salas. No disrespect to Ricardo Salas, but you can't be calling out the big dogs and then fighting Salas. Can't do that, bro. Keyshawn, right? He called out Keyshawn. Who didn't he call out? And then you fight in Salas. Come on, bro.
No, but no, wait, dog. Wait. Now he wants Liam Paro again.
Yeah. Now he wants Liam Paro again. Right. Exactly. Come on, bro.
Man, fuck that fight. That fight was boring.
Yeah, I hope that fight. Yeah, I hope that fight don't happen. Oh, I know you didn't like the fight. I like the fight, the first one, but I hope it doesn't happen again. I like Liam Paro, but I just think Liam Paro will fight him.
But if I ask you, what fight had more excitement? Devin Haney versus Ramirez or Hitchens versus Paro? Because Hitchens versus Paro was just a jab. That was a jab fest.
Yeah, it was a jab
Nah,
fest.
That Haney fight was a snooze fest compared to the Hitchens fight.
Yeah, Kendrick, what up, bro?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it was good, bro.
Yeah, if I had to watch it again, I would definitely watch Paul and Hitchens again. But I will say that the build-up, of course, for Haney was better because, you know, we about to see him, you know what I'm saying, for first time since the Ryan Garcia stuff. But yeah, I would pick Hitchens and Haney. I mean, Hitchens and Paro.
Yeah, Haney just looked like he was freaking shadow boxing.
Shout out to Jorge. Shout out to Ramirez, man. Jose. Shout out to Jose Ramirez, man. That's the thing. And this goes back to what Ty says, you know, back in the day. Like when I give Robert Garcia's credit, I'd be like, to me, Robert Garcia is the best trader. But with that comes criticism too. It's like, yeah, we can get mad at Devin Haney for being on his bike, but Jose Carlos Ramirez ain't no slouch. He a former unified champion, former Olympian. If you can't cut out the ring, what you think Devin Haney was gonna do? Like you thought Devin Haney was gonna fight in the phone booth? Like what? Where's the game plan, bro?
No.
Like come on, bro.
I mean, he showed a lot of good lateral movement. I'll give him that. I mean, he picked and chose his shots. Not a lot of activities when it came to throwing those hands, but he'd been out for just as long as Garcia had been up until that night, and I mean, ring rust is a real thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am not a fan of Devin Haney as a boxer. I don't really care for his dad as the way he spouts off. But in the ring, I mean, he took a year off. That was his decision after the loss, and he got his loss back. I mean, he went through the legal channels, and he got the loss erased.
Yep.
And I mean, he came back, and as far as I'm concerned, I mean, for entertainment value, it was a snooze fest. But if you want to study lateral movement, jumping in and out, getting out of range, protecting yourself, he did his job. He got the W, and he moved on, and he got in with Brian Norman. He turned it on in the first few rounds, got a good knockdown, and then he put it in cruise control. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. He got the title. I mean, but for entertainment, no. I mean, to me, his fights are. I am a student of the science, so I appreciate it from that vantage point. I do. I really do. But entertainment value, I mean, this is a business, and like it or not, casual viewership is what keeps these guys rolling in the millions. If not, if it were just guys like yourself, Ty, myself, who's obsessed with boxing, I mean, it wouldn't be on the same stage that we know it as today.
Yeah,
but
that's a fact.
In all fairness, Haney's done his business. He became undisputed at lightweight.
Yep.
He moved up to 140. He knocked off Regis Prograis.
Yep.
For the WBC, he got knocked off by Ryan Garcia. Yeah, Ryan Garcia came in overweight.
Yep.
And Haney admitted it himself. He said, "Hey, I saw that extra $1,500,000 for every single pound he missed, not including the additional 4 to 7 ounces. I mean, 0.4, I think 3.4 or 3.7, something overweight. It was ridiculous. But yeah, Garcia went in there and he knocked him around. I saw a good 4 knockdowns. One of them wasn't counted, and he lost the fight. Garcia came back dirty with Austrine. I mean, at first I thought that was a trace amounts, but you know something? He knew it was banned. How it got in his system, I'm not going to debate anybody on that, because I mean, everyone's gone through that a million times. But he did what he had to do. He's got his undefeated record back, and now he's up at welterweight as the WBO champion. But at the same time, I don't see an urgency from him to really unify. I don't get that off him. I don't see an urgency to fight Rolly. I don't see an urgency to fight Garcia again. I don't see an urgency to fight for the IBF. Because I know the IBF has I think a rehydration clause is
10 pounds. Yeah.
10 pounds.
Yep.
Yeah, so I understand that. I mean, he's a
not
big
for
dude.
unification. For unification.
Not for
no.
unification. Okay, well then, still, then that.
True. Not for
he's
unification. Good point,
What
Oscar.
lack of
Good point.
urgency are you speaking of?
Yeah, I was gonna chime in, but go ahead, Ty. I was gonna chime in a little bit.
Because if you go and negotiate with a guy and he or his promoter just says no, is that him not trying? Because that's what Oscar De La Hoya did. We not making that fight.
Well, that's what. So before there, I would say with Lewis Crocker. Remember, Dane. Well, it was reported. Eddie Hearn confirmed it too, that they wanted a unification with Lewis Crocker. Eddie didn't want it.
Eddie Hearn said, "I'm not paying that."
Yeah, that's what he said. And then with the, go ahead, Ty. With the, I think you got the other one. With Ryan Garcia, yeah.
We can't even go, but I'm still gonna be listening. Dog, thank you for having me on.
Hey, no problem, Oscar. Appreciate you coming on, man. And keep up the good work, bro. God bless.
All right, Oscar.
All right, bro.
Hey, man. Last thing.
Take care, bro.
Nation on this World Cup, best World Cup that I've ever seen, and it's turning out to be the best World Cup ever. And let's go.
But I had to cut it on, man. It's 1-1 against Australia. That's why I just got up right there to go cut on the Australia-Egypt game. I was just watching the little tracker, but I see it's 1-1. So I gotta cut this on.
Yeah, it turned out to be pretty good now. I'm like, so they might be somebody after this. All right, fellas, have a good one.
All right, man, you too.
Yeah, good getting your perspective, bro. Take care.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all, man.
Back to getting on Dane ass.
Oh yeah, go ahead, y'all do y'all thing.
All right, with the Rolly negotiations, people can sit there and say one side didn't want to pay for this, one side didn't want to put up that. But it is one looming question. Was Rolly or PBC ever negotiating in good faith? Because the only thing that came from this was both fighters basically lost who was the number one contender, or for Rolly, his case was his mandatory was out of the way. Because they initiated negotiations for unification. That's the reason why he's a super champion with the WA at 147.
All right.
He got that, and then the minute he was elevated, that's when you hear, oh, Devin didn't want to accept this. He wasn't willing to do that. He got what he wanted out of that situation.
You mean as a role, he just wanted the elevation.
Yeah, that's what it seems. That was the result of it. So is anybody actually willing to work with him and fight him when it comes to other champions?
Yeah, I've been saying that, man. That's what I've been saying. Dan's like, I'm with you. You know, I'm not really the biggest Devin Haney fan. I do like Bill Haney. I like he's funny, but he be capping a lot too. I find myself calling him out a lot. But that's part of what Ty just said. Is part of the reason why I've been saying Devin's been looking so good right now. How long will he look good? I don't know, but he's been looking like the guy's been willing to, whether it's to fight Shakur at 144 or to fight Gervonta Tank Davis at whatever, 140, 144, whatever they've been talking about. As far as being willing to fight Rolly or being willing to fight Ryan, you know, because Ryan and Oscar don't want to subscribe to the testing as they should, you know. I feel like Devin Haney, whether you like him or not, for me, now just my opinion now, not yours. But for me, I feel like Devin Haney's been looking good. Now, with that last, you know, we got to see who he fights next. He said he's been willing to fight Keyshawn, who's his mandatory. He's been looking good, man. Now, we going to see. His bubble might burst, because if he don't fight somebody good now, after talking about fighting all these people, he's going to look a little shaky, too.
Yeah.
He's going to look a little shaky.
That's another thing. Oh, I'm sorry, did I interrupt?
No. Go ahead. I was done.
Okay. Well, I know that Keyshawn has been named the mandatory for quite a while, and they have not reached the negotiations finality quite yet.
Nope.
I know they got a few weeks to work. I get that.
Yep.
But from whenever I see Haney, I just don't get a sense of urgency. Like, he really wants to get in there. He really wants to become undisputed at this division. I mean, it is a business. I do get that. I understand where Ty's coming from. I mean, there's always two sides to every story. There's always two sides.
Give that sense of urgency.
What's that?
What can he do to give that sense of urgency? That's my question.
I would
What is he
push
not
the
doing
issue. I'd
properly?
say let's make it happen. I would put them. If this is a business, I mean, make it entertaining. Put those guys on blast. Go on podcast. Say, hey, I want this fight. Let's do it. Here's the paperwork. What's the problem? Let's have the split. I mean, what money do you need? This is what I want. I mean, let's do it. I mean, get out there. I mean,
We've seen people go on these campaign runs or press runs, and I'm sorry to say this, but that doesn't actually make the fight. We see people call out people, or for example, David Benavidez. He's been calling Canelo's name for pretty much the last 4 or 5 years straight. It don't mean anything unless they put in the proper paperwork. And
right, but that's another scenario.
but the
That's
thing
another
is,
scenario.
is putting in the paperwork, and the other side isn't, acquiescing or trying to negotiate per se. So,
Okay.
what can he do furthermore? It's just like when other people critique Boots when he first came up to 54. Oh, why isn't he fighting this guy? Why we want to see him do this? It doesn't work if the other side isn't willing to meet him halfway.
Right. Right. But
do.
the details never surface. The details, like, okay, what wasn't met? All we got was, all right, screw you. Okay, screw you. That's all That's all I.
That's all you see. That's for fact. Yeah.
I mean,
it
I
would
don't
be
really
dope
have
to go
it-
on the
I don't have it-
podcast though. That'd be. I think that's a good suggestion though. Like to go on and shout out to Devin and Bill that they do. They be active, especially Bill. But I do think it would. That's like a win-win. So you get your voice out there. You let people know what it is, and yeah, that's a win-win, I think. And get your promotion. You know what I'm saying? Get your promotion, get people following you, or even just talking about it, keep you relevant. So I think that's a good idea. But they do it.
It's only a win-win
I said
if
they
you
don't
look
like
at
that.
clout or popularity. Once you start talking about the inner workings of actual negotiations,
they
that's
cut you off.
automatically the end of the fight.
Yeah, they cut you off. That's true.
Yeah.
Oh man.
We've seen that happen on air,
Yeah.
live when Bill was talking to what's the guy from Fresh Promotions for Matias, Juan Rango.
Yeah, Rango.
He tried to get him on the phone.
Yeah.
He got in contact with the wrong person at first, but when he got linked up with the right person, they started talking other shit.
Yeah.
We seen that at IRL.
Look at Floyd and Manny. Manny went on that I can't remember what it was, a Rise or something. He announced a fight with him and Floyd. Floyd cut it off. I mean, he might be regretting it now, of course, the reports about the bankruptcy and stuff, but Manny Pacquiao said he said, wait, can I say it? And they said, yeah, go ahead and say it. He said, we fight Floyd rematch. We ain't seen the rematch yet, bro. Floyd said it's canceled.
Yeah, that's irritating.
That is. Kendrick, you was about to add to it, Kendrick? Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off top. My fault. Go ahead.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, go ahead, Kendrick.
I'm gonna start off by saying this: Abdullah looks sick. Boost is the shit. Mayzander quit. Shushu in 5.
That's great.
Um.
Oh man. I hope Abdullah looks
who's
good, man. He's fighting She's fighting Renee Palacios, right?
What number he ranked? Number 15 again?
Yeah, I don't know. He undefeated fighter. Hey, I don't know.
He a body.
Hey, stop hating on Shushu, Oscar. Get that hate out of here.
No, man, Shushu got tightened up. I'm with Oscar on that, bro. Shushu got this is only his first defense.
His first defense.
Yeah.
Everybody else their first defense.
I was just about to say that, bro.
Bro, his title shot was a defense, bro.
I'm telling you.
The guy came
up.
Carlos Castro, come on, man. Carlos Castro just got beat by Fulton, man. Like that's not Shushu's fault. But gosh, dang, bro. Like that was his title. I don't know. Yeah, but like you said, like Kendrick said, I was just about to say that. It's his first defense. I'm giving him some huh? No. The guy
fight Figueroa right now, y'all can say the same thing. Oh, he got beat by Fulton.
No. I was saying that Carlos Castro. Wait. Say again. I was saying, Carlos Castro, the guy that Shushu fought for the vacant title, he got he just got beat by. Yeah, he just came off a loss for Fulton. Coming off a loss, I'm saying. I just didn't like that look. Like, you know, I don't know why. My point is, like I said, it's not Shushu's fault, but I don't understand why Castro got the opportunity to fight for. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. What
you could say the same thing. You really do the same thing with Figueroa.
Figueroa?
WBC for you.
What happened with Figueroa?
Yeah,
he was coming off a win. He was coming off a win when he beat Nick Ball for the WBA.
Yeah.
As far as Fulton goes, he lost to him twice.
Oh, you just saying because he lost to no. I wasn't saying that he lost to Fulton.
Yeah.
It could have been anybody. I'm saying the fact that he got a title shot consecutively is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he came off the loss.
Yeah, I'm saying he came off a loss. I wasn't saying, oh, he lost to Fulton, like Fulton's not good. No. I wasn't saying that. I'm saying the fact that he was coming off a loss to Fulton, and he just happened to lose to Fulton. I'm saying, but he coming off a loss and getting another title shot. Like, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't have another win between that. I think you jumped into a
no.
Yeah.
One was a fight, and then it was Shushu.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm saying. Yeah, but you're right. I mean, every champion lost to Fulton. I mean, Angelo Lea lost to Fulton too. So yeah, I wasn't saying it was.
That's what I'm saying. So that's not a knock to me.
Like I said, to me, the knock is the back to back.
To me, it's a knock just because he came off the loss.
Yeah,
he had no. Even a draw would have still fine with me, but like a fight in between, get your feet back together.
Nah, I'm
not
going
that he got knocked out.
Because if he had a fight like DeSantos had, nobody would care. You'd be saying the same thing.
What you mean? But what got knocked out?
No, you see how Edwin Dos Santos had a fight in between.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It was a useless fight.
Right,
like, it didn't matter.
No, I would have given him some love, bro. I would have given him some love for that beat. It's like Vosdick, you know. Vosdick was out, but I always say, you know, that's a good win for Benavidez because he got a couple wins. Right? A lot of people say, oh yeah, Vosdick was out for 4 years. Yeah, he was out, but or was it 3 years maybe? But he had like 2 or 3 wins and then fought Benavidez. One like he was out and then fought Benavidez. Like he got warmed up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think that's a good win for Benavidez. So I do think like your momentum. I do think your momentum. Yeah, I think it has. I think it matters. I mean, I'm not saying that Shushu wouldn't have beat Carlos Castro regardless. I just think that it kind of watered it down. You fighting a guy for a vacant belt that's coming off of a loss. Like,
to me, it's just
I don't see how
face a top one
who
contender.
he lost to.
My hate from Shushu is he hasn't faced any. Name me one number one contender.
He look shaky.
Well, clearly, that was a number one contender because he got a shot at the vacant belt. So.
No, he wasn't ranked number 1. He was ranked number 5.
Fulton didn't have the belt. That was in 2024. He basically sat out a year to 18 months before he fought Bruce. January.
Yeah, you talking about Carlos Castro, right?
Yeah.
He was ranked number 5. I think that's the only reason he got the title shot, but he was ranked number 5. He wasn't. It's not like he was ranked number 1. The highest opposition Shushu has faced is Sagawa with silver. I think it was silver or gold belt. I don't know about WBC, you know. And he was ranked number 3.
So what's the problem?
He said, "What's the problem?" Bro,
Shushu got no competition, bro.
Problem is like,
he got too much
hype.
That's my problem. He just got too much hype for me.
He need a little more. I owe that man an apology.
What do you say?
Because I said I owe that boy Shushu an apology.
Yeah.
Somebody showed me the paperwork.
Oh yeah.
I think we might have to revisit the conversation about Espinoza.
Uh-oh.
Some things that Uncle Bob everybody say this.
Versus Espinoza.
It might. Some of the problems is Bob, but it's not all Bob.
Okay.
You can't be sitting here saying you'll fight a Figueroa or a Leo, but Shushu called your name on the summer game screen.
He has.
Yeah, he has.
And you ain't say shit.
And I will say I've been saying that I think he's been saying it because he knows it won't happen for whatever reason. So yeah, I could owe him an apology as well. But shout out to Shushu though.
Matchmakers ain't letting it.
That's what I think too. I feel like he's called Espinosa because he knows that matchmakers won't let it. happen, but
Maybe
maybe he's really willing.
He already said no.
And see, and
That's
if
funny because I
Espinosa's
was
saying
about
no,
to say
that's
that.
crazy.
It was funny. It's funny because they said Espinosa came out on ESPN and said that they really haven't proposed to fight. That they just keep calling out his name.
Yeah, but he
So
ain't
I
trying
don't
to
know.
put it on wax.
I just want to see the fights, man.
Yeah, 126 is been too long.
I got a question.
Figueroa, Shushu. Oof, I'm dying for that fight. That fight is.
We need some type of unification at 126. My bad. Go ahead, Kendrick.
I got a question for Oscar since he focused on the ratings, right? So Buddy is 9, right? It's his first defense. So the people who you said you wanted to see the number 1,
yeah,
you want to see him fight a number 1 ranked guy, whatever the case is. Cristobal Lorente, that's who you want to see him fight?
Fuck it.
Renee Palacio,
that's what I want to hear.
Renee's ranked high though. He's not ranked high. I mean, I know he's not number 1, but is he ranked like number? I think he's top 5, right?
He's 9.
Oh, 9.
He's
I
9.
thought he's top 5. Okay.
No, I'm not. Like my criticism for Shushu is not on this. It's like I used to like Shushu.
That is Nick Ball.
But it's just he has some. Like, I think Top Rank moved him a little too slow.
I'm gonna go down the list.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down the list to see which one what fight you want to see.
All right.
Nick Ball is number 2, but according to y'all, you can't fight him because he came off a loss, a knockout loss.
Yeah.
Right. Then you got Omar Trinidad. You want to see that fight?
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Omar Trinidad.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I don't dislike this fight, bro. No one who disliked this fight though. I don't think anybody disliked this fight.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah, I don't dislike the fight.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not that I don't like it. I just I dislike it just because I feel like for the hype that you shoot, you have to beat your hype for me. Like kind of like Bam, going on Bam, Diana Pataya, and like people saying Shushu's the best, and he called himself the best skill wise. All right, prove you're the best. If you can't get the title fight the best in your sanctioning body.
I'll say this. I think that. So when I started the show, I don't think KD was here, but I think this is a great card because of all these undefeated guys. But I do agree that Shushu.
Yeah, I remember I was there.
Okay. So I do think it's a good fight, but I understand it. I think it may not be Shushu's fault. I'm not blaming Shushu, but I do think at this point he needs somebody that we recognize. That's like, okay, bet it's a good fight. Whether that's a unification, whether it's somebody else that's a contender or whatever. I think his opponent needs some, some familiarity with people. I think I've seen Renee Palacios fight like once or something like that, but it's a good fight. But once again, it's just gonna be like what's my boy that he fought last? Not last, but not Castro, but Matias Hayta. That was a good fight. But once again, it's not a recognizable name. You know what I'm saying? Like I think, and part of it is at featherweight too. But it's like the other champions, Angelo Leo, right? He has Venado on his list, right? People recognize Venado Lopez, Ben Figueroa. Even if you recognize that he only his losses. Obviously, he has Nick Ball, but let's say you just know his losses. His losses were Steve Fulton. That's recognizable. And then who was the other guy? Espinosa. He has Robici Ramirez. So I just feel like Shushu just needs that just one recognizable name. I feel like that's the angle I was coming from. Not necessarily that there was anybody better or that he's fighting a disappointment. I actually think it's a good fight. Let me answer this question real quick, and then I'm shout out to my guy Rabia, man. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that wrong too. Rabia, he says, "Hey Doc, what do you think about possible future fight for Zayas at 160 with either Milnicki, I love it, or Jahai Tucker, I love it, before he tries to fight those world titles? I think Xander beats them both, in my opinion. Vito Milnicki better make sure he gets by he has a fight with Ammo Williams. He better make sure you get past him. But shout out to White Magic, man. I like Vito as well, but AKA White Magic, right? I like him, but I think Xander
He
beats
went
him.
to Sufa.
Bro, he's with Top Rank now. I mean, not Top Rank, Matchroom now. I don't know how
What the
Vito.
hell's going on with
Bro,
Vito?
I don't know what Vito. Bro, Vito got. I don't know. Vito just be going everywhere. He was Top Rank, Matchroom, Zuffa. Like, he gonna be on Golden Boy tomorrow. This man be switching. I don't know how he does it, but or what kind of deals he got. But Vito be moving around, boy.
That's the name I was looking for.
Vito.
That's the
Malnicki.
guy that got his ass real bad.
Oh Lord, yeah, Xander cooks him. And I think shout out to Jai Tucker too. You know, I think Xander beats him too.
Well, depends how he comes back, man. Hey, like Ty told me in the back of bro, B Wills give him every chance in the book. Because there was a combination or two in there that Boots had him. I was like, something late.
But to go back to what Kendrick said, Kendrick has a good point though. It's only his first defense. You know what I'm saying? We gotta give him time. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I just hope he can match the hype he has, because I do think he's good. I do think he has the skill, but the only time he really stepped up, like where it was like, okay, he's really gonna step up, it was against Sagawa, and we seen what happened.
Yeah, that Solomon Sagawa was that was tough. I think that could have went either way.
I just me personally, but I don't mind I don't care if you have a loss, but don't just match the hype you have.
Do you think?
And,
do you think? Who do you think wins, Shushu or Figueroa? I'm asking Kendrick. That's a good fight.
That's a good fight.
I don't even know Kendrick's still there. Let me see. He might not be there. Oh, yeah, on mute. All right, probably doing something. Yeah, who you think? Oscar and Ty?
I think I have to go slightly with Figueroa just because of pedigree.
Me too.
If he's showing up time and time again. But I wouldn't be surprised if Shushu boxes him.
Yeah, I got Fig. That's why I want unification, because I think the IBF champion Angelo Leo, WBC champion Shushu Carrington, WBO champion Rafael Espinosa. Who's the WBC champion? Brandon Figueroa, right? All these fights.
No,
Shushu. Sorry, WBA's Brandon Figueroa. Thank you. Yeah, I said Shushu twice. All those fights, like, they're interesting, man. Me personally, I think Espinosa is the best. But if what Ty's saying is that's crazy, maybe they know so. Maybe I'm missing something that they see. That Shushu got him spooked, or maybe the other guys got him spooked. So that's crazy.
He passed the eye test, but
hey,
like the rest of the guys that's there, besides Figueroa, is he really battle tested? I mean,
Facts.
You can do twice.
Yeah.
What else have you done?
The most experienced guy in that division is Brandon Figueroa. Though I think Espinosa is good, and I think he'll probably beat them. The most experienced guy in that division is Brandon Figueroa by far.
Yep. He said, I love them both. Yeah, I love them. Yeah, but I like Jahai Tucker a lot too, man. He just who he just fought? He just fought last week. Who did you just fight again? Oh, that was a good fight. Undefeated dude, right? Yeah, Cedeno, right? Yeah, Yuri Cedeno. That was a good fight, man. So that's a tough fight. I just have Xander, man. But yeah, that's a good win. Jai Tucker, that'd be definitely a good win. And if Jai Tucker beats Xander, that's a good win. A great win for him. And same with Vito. Vito's a good win too. You know, I think Vito and Jai would be a good. I got Tucker being Vito though. I want to see if Vito. I don't know if Vito gets by Emma Williams, to be honest. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, that's a tough fight. I think that's an interesting fight. I don't know who wins. Honestly, don't.
Because Vito looks good against lower opposition, but
right.
He always makes a step up. He always falls short.
Right.
Or just looks bland.
Exactly. Thanks for the shot. Oh, you already know, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Greetings for the Caribbean. Hey, shout out to you, man. My Caribbean brethren in the building. Yes, sir. Need that love. Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you pulling up.
Me blood clot.
I don't know why I keep on mixing up Vito and Guido.
But Guido Vianello, the heavyweight.
Yeah.
The Italian stallion.
But
yeah.
Vito's the one that got cooked in camp too. Just let you know.
Oh Lord.
We don't.
That's the reason why he was talking so high of Boots and was like, yeah, I sparred him and Sander, and it might get ugly.
Shout out to
because it got ugly for him too.
Hey, Hey.
He had to go to the hospital?
University of Penn.
Uh-oh. I have a question. What do y'all think about Andre Ward and what he said about if y'all saw it? I know Ty saw it, but if y'all saw the interview with not the interview, sorry.
Yeah,
Boots did, I saw that too, but I'm talking about Andre Ward before the interview, but Ward and Jones were just speaking on it. What do you think about Ward when he said that he feels like Boots just goes in there and maybe has too much sparring as far as he's just going in there beating up guys, like too much just fighting and sparring. Like as far as like sending guys to the hospital, right? Like Ty just said. What do y'all think about? Because for me, how I received it was that Andre Ward saying that he would like to see Boots have more direction as far as like as far as like working on certain things as opposed to just going in there beating up. Now I want to say this though, just because he's beating guys up doesn't mean he doesn't have direction now. He can have, he might be working on his jab and just jabbing the hell out of him, send him to the hospital. I don't know. But what Andre Ward, to me that made sense. I don't know, I just don't know if that's the case.
Well, I think it's safe to say Ty can go last on this one just because he's more perspective on it.
He got more insight, right?
But for me, it's kind of like I don't see that with Boots though, because like you see him like the game plan in the fight. So they see beating up people, maybe like, but if he's clearly getting the job done, he's clearly working on things. He's adding layers to his game too. Right. It's not like he's just going in there like a TO, can't adapt. No, like the guy adapts. That's a good point. And maybe it's like what you said, like maybe he's working on things and being up at people.
You feel me?
Power, like he can crack. The man can crack, and he's very good, very good. Right. So for me, it's maybe like what you said.
Yeah, because I think with Xander, like, and I'm not just like, well, people try to say, oh, Xander had a lucky shot or like Marquez had a lucky shot to pay. I don't buy that lucky shit. But I want to say that if Xander didn't hurt Boots right there, I feel like this wouldn't even be a conversation. Like, I feel like when people say that, it's because he got caught. That's why people say that. And when he got caught, he did what we say we want to see. He bucked up and fought back. He didn't get on his bike. So I feel like in some cases, you damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yeah, I don't know. Because you heard, bro, during the fight, I was like, bro, don't stop fighting. I was like, bro, clinch. But he did what we want. We claim we want to see that. And then he did that. And he still, like, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I want him to clinch because I still don't know. I don't know. Like, shout out to my brother who came on here, Doc K-Part. He said that he thinks that Boots was trying to clinch because Xander was so big and get him off him. I don't know. Can Boots clinch? Now I'm curious. I think he can. I think they could do 80, but I don't know. I haven't seen it. Which could be a good thing too, but it's a bad thing if he can't clinch and he gets in trouble. Right now it don't matter because he's not really getting in trouble. But if he can't clinch and he gets in trouble, that would be bad. But it's just a hypothetical. Hypothetical off of 1 30-second exchange in the third round.
I think I spoke to Ty about this offline, and the main thing that I agree with Ward about was the fact that Boots, those 30 seconds, you know what I mean? Those little sections, if you do that with the wrong person, it could be bad. And I think that that's the only way that he will fall. That's his Achilles heel, if anything, is doing that with the wrong person. Like that he go in with a game plan, like what he knows or he's super confident against this person,
right? And
he gets caught, and that person is a killer too,
right?
That's the only way I think he loses.
Right.
And I told Todd the only person who I see that doing that at 154 personally isn't Vergil Ortiz.
Facts.
It's actually Sebastian Fundora.
I agree with that. I agree with that,
and that's only because of the physical attributes that he has. And if he hurts Boots, it's gonna be hard to get away from that motherfucker.
I agree with that 1,000%. I feel like whenever, and that was my only issue with what Ward said, because I feel like when he was saying he was like focusing on like Vergil. I'm like, bro, like Vergil not going, and I could be completely wrong, bro. Like I don't see, bro. I feel like Vergil gonna get Weez Malima, bro. That's how I feel, bro. Maybe not one round, but I'm like 3. I promise you, I really feel like Boots gonna stop him in 3, but I could be wrong. But I agree with you 1,000%. Kendrick is like, to me, it's Sebastian. Like, if you get in trouble like that, then yeah, but that's the only one. But I don't even know who really gets him in trouble like that. That's the other thing too. I mean, but you never know until it happens. You know, it's boxing, so you never know until it happens. So, but I think it's I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah, but to me, War was just too much. Like he cuts off the ring, like he's right there in your face. Bro, I done seen Vergil lost 2 twice, bro.
You lost 2? What two we lost, bro? What 2 we lost, bro?
The first one's Boy Chook, and you mentioned the reason why earlier.
Magic Ball.
Because Turk and Oscar shook on it so happily the day before the fight.
Yep.
And then the other one was Magic Ball. That one just depends how you see the fight, honestly. Because if you see the aftermath, the one that looks like he got beat up, the one that looks like he got worked up, it wasn't Magic Ball.
Vergil, like he with the wart in that one. I ain't gonna lie.
That's crazy. Go ahead, Ty. I think he's finna cook.
Okay, I agree with him because he needs to have the vim and vigor for everybody. But where we segued or disagreed on was who it would be. It's not gonna be Vergil. He doesn't have the accuracy. He has the volume, but not the accuracy. Fundora has the measurables, but the heart not really there. The person that would be the problem, and I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this again, Josh Kelly. Because he's not a real thudder.
Come on now.
He uses his feet well.
Come on now.
And this fight can go either 2 ways. It's either he gets massacred under 3, or it's going to be a very long, annoying night.
Yep.
And to add on to how Xander was able to clinch in that moment, somebody had a messed up hand, and Xander.
Wait, what's that? Oh, no. I ain't gonna let you speed past that, my brother. What you said? What you said? we ain't gonna speed past that like we ain't hear that part, bro. What you said, bro? Somebody had a mess up what now?
Somebody had a bone spur on.
Oh, okay.
A few of his knuckles.
Okay, you ain't gotta go no further. Okay. I just want to make sure. Okay. You know, the same hand that we called out during the live, right? I said, oh, like he hurt his hand right there. Oh, okay, just making sure. You know,
he did shake his hand during the fight.
Oh, okay.
Good thing that shit wasn't numb.
Okay.
But then it did probably the perfect thing you can do as far as wrestling goes. Somebody taught him some stuff. That's why I said I give his camp a little credit on how to evade a clinch, how to sprawl out of it.
Okay.
Because he took his 2 fists, pressed it against Boots' chest.
Yeah.
Until he can get him over to the shoulders and made distance in between them. So doing that, it takes away what most people look at as Boots' most dangerous punches, hooks, or even the uppercut, even though they have the same arm length. It gave him that space he needed.
Yeah, he was definitely moving up out of it, though. Shout out to Xander. Shout out to Boots, man. That was a great fight, bro. Shout out to them, man. Shout out.
That's just what we're talking about, though. He did quit.
Here you go. Oh, here we go.
And I think it's a conversation when it comes to the word quit. I mean, he found a way out of there. He deferred. He knew it was nothing else he could do in that moment. He called it a night. That's what I would say. Because going into the 7th round, they already had a talk in the corner. But I'll be right back.
Now, do you think?
Bro, that moment that he looked at his corner reminded me, I don't know why, of Eric Morales whenever he looked at his family. And I was like, damn.
Damn.
No.
Listen, I was say all I can say is Xander ain't no Devin Haney, boy.
That's a fact.
Seeing 6 Ryan Garcias, and
that's
he
a
got
fact.
up.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Now, that's a fact. That's why I said we got to give credit to just because some people got that gangster in them, man. Everybody ain't got that. But for me, I know Ty gonna disagree. I just don't think that not having that always means that you're looking for an out. But Some people ain't got no out in them at all. Like, I gotta give that to Devin. Devin got up every freaking time. Errol Spence got up every freaking time. Who else? Who else got up? You know, I don't know. People, some of them be getting up every time, bro. Like, what the heck? And even AJ, that's crazy. He was face down ass, and he was trying to get. He ain't get up, but he was trying.
Hey, speaking of trying to get up, your boy tried to get up too. That bum ass.
Who that?
The one who got knocked out by Frank Sanchez.
Hey, no, come on, man. Hey, shout out to Torres. Torres tried to get it. You feel me? You got to give me. Come on now. Come on, man. Torres was trying to get up, bro. My boy was trying to get up, man. It was just too many of them.
Put that on Torres, man.
You feel me?
I didn't know Frank Sanchez got a master tactician in his team.
Yo, Frank Sanchez. Hey, that was nasty, bro. Like I you know what's crazy? I don't even want to. I ain't even watch it again. I was like, man, I don't want to see my boy spread out like that again, bro. That's crazy.
Y'all was born into that, man.
Bro, I thought you did tell me, but I was just hoping, bro. I was hoping, man. It was American heavyweight, man. Come on, man. We need something, man. We need something, bro. I was hoping Torres was it, but hey, Frank wasn't playing with him. Gosh, lead boy.
You seen the video where Eddie is like, whenever he comes into the inside, he's gonna duck his head. You just bring up that hand and you'll put him out. And sure enough, that's what he did. And he was out.
Hey, seen it. He said it's right there. Go and take it. That's crazy, man.
A1 coaching right there.
Hey, man, that was nasty.
De Los Santos trying to get up too.
De Los Santos tried. Shout out to De Los Santos. He tried. What do you think about them appealing it? Well, you think that was fair, or do you think that's right? I guess.
I mean, they can appeal it. I saw the stuff when it happened. I was like, oh, Ryo made sure he wasn't getting it, but that's on the ref. That's on Thomas Taylor, bum ass.
Thank you.
Because he sat there and didn't jump in between. He just pointed down like anybody looking at him. Who gives a shit if you point down or not?
Thank you, bro. That's what I've been saying. I feel like we're going at the wrong person.
Taylor, bro, he's the worst ref. Like
he's the worst.
I fucking hate his ass, man. I'm sorry. He just sucks, man.
I will say this though, and I got us. It was a late hit. It was wrong. I can't help.
It was late hit, yeah.
I can't help that I saw the first fight, bro. He got to get his get. I can't knock somebody getting their get back, man. He got his get back, bro. He got his get back. It is now, but like Kendrick said, the difference, the first fight, it was called. They gonna have a hard time overturning this because Thomas Taylor ain't even called it. So right. So I mean, that's not. It is what it is, man.
Bro, Thomas Taylor was just there, like everybody already supposed to know what was gonna happen.
Yeah, literally.
Oh man,
like he was
I'm
watching
funny,
from home.
bro. You feel me? Shout out to Thomas Taylor.
It's kind of like but Doc, to be fair, it's kind of like the same thing that happened with Crockett Donovan.
Good one.
Yeah,
good one.
Same thing. The ref is standing back, not doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Bum ass ref.
Yeah. Because Crocker should have never been a champion.
Oh man, that's funny, bro. Shout out to Crocker though. Power back on top, baby. Yes, sir. I knew that was easy, but I ain't gonna lie. It wasn't. I thought Paro. I ain't gonna say I thought it was gonna be easy, but I think it was harder than what I thought it would be. I thought Paro was doing a little better. But shout out to Lewis Crocker though. But yeah, man. Once I'm with Kendrick on that. Was Lewis Crocker with that belt? I said, oh yeah. Yep. I knew Paro was in line. I said, oh yeah, we back, baby. We back, baby. Paro for to get this belt. Stop playing.
So what do you think of Emiliano Vargas?
The performance.
And I'm gonna say the same thing I said about Shushu. Like, and I think Dane said it. Like, he handled the business. But man, I need him to I need to step up, man. I'm sorry.
I thought Buddy was a fair game fight.
Okay, you're right. Bryce Mills. That was I was happy with that. Yeah, I was happy with that. That was good. That was good.
It was a decent
I agree with that. Bryce Mills. I was actually I remember saying that I thought that was a decent step up. You're right.
Now
I like the versatility he showed.
He ranked number 1 though. That versatility got him ranked number 1, Ty. Okay, now so you ranked
I was
number 1.
talking about what Emiliano did. Fought that thing straight southpaw like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but now he ranked number 1. So I'm gonna need some action, some real action.
Yeah. Kind of like bum ass Atama went to bitch.
Right. Right.
I'm sure that paperwork won't come in to make him mandatory against Shakur. I promise you that.
Yeah, and I tweeted that too. I said, man, if we didn't know Shakur was vacating that belt and going to Zuffa, you know now. Because ain't no way Top Rank and Bob Arum finna give up. They ain't for the sacrifice Xander and Emiliano back to back. Yeah, right. Like, if you ain't think Shakur go, you feel me? Come on, man. Because they were both for the Super Bowl. They about to lose 2 Super Bowl stars. Man, stop it. Stop it, bro.
You stupid.
Ain't no way he fighting Shakur, bro. Come on now. You know Shakur giving up that belt. He going somewhere else. He going to Zuffa for sure. Ain't no way Emiliano for to fight that boy. And I'm not saying Emiliano would it. Like I said, I'm saying that Bob and Top Rank won't allow it. You know what I'm saying? There's no knock on Emiliano. I'm not saying he would or would not take the fight. But that's not even smart. I want him to step up. I don't want to step up that much. I ain't want to jump up. I want him to step up, not jump up.
I'm tired of the Devin.
What'd you say, Kendrick?
I'm tired of the Shakur Devin Zuffa talk, bro. They've been talking about this shit for like 3-4 months now. I'm tired of that shit.
Who you telling, bro? Who you telling? Go ahead, Oscar.
No, I was gonna say, if you make Vargas fight for a belt, like, who's he gonna defend the belt against?
Right.
It's like, yeah, he's taking a slight step up right now, but then he's got to jump up,
right,
leapfrog up just to defend it.
Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, who's the champions at 140? Obviously, Shakur, WBO, WBC is who? Don Smith. I think
Smith,
so.
And
yeah,
then
and
Russell,
WBA.
Then,
who's IBF?
Vacant, right?
Vacant. Yep. Because Hitches vacated. You right. I mean, hey, IBF, right? That's what's my boy? I think he beats the Adolfo Delgado. That's the guy who's ranked number 1 at IBF. Because they offered Tio the fight for the vacant IBF belt. He declined it. And now he's fighting Rolly. I could see Emiliano beating Adolfo Delgado. He looked terrible as last
Wait,
fight.
he was fighting Rolly?
Oh yeah. Bro, yeah, that's my. I should have made a video though. I was gonna make a video about it, and then I can't remember what happened. I started doing something else, and I forgot. Yeah, Tio fighting Rolly, bro.
What the fuck? That's the most random fight.
Yep.
I got Rolly in 5.
Oh yeah.
I got Tio.
I got Tio as well. I'm rooting for Rolly. Don't get into it, but I got Tio. I think Tio.
Rolly scratching that boy. Wait, so Rolly is vacating his belt, or he already vacated?
No, Tio's going to 147.
Rolly's the most fraudulent fucking super champ ever. That's what he is.
Man, chill on Rolly, man.
No, ain't no chill. This nigga, how you a super champion and you never got no defense? What are we doing? And you got elevated through email. What are we doing?
That's crazy. That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy. That is crazy though.
Not in a legitimate way.
What you say, Ty?
I said he got it in the most illegitimate way.
Come on, man. It's crazy, bro. But I will say this though, Ty, that 147. Hey, let's look good. Come on now. They had to do it from the ground up, but you got Rolly and Tio. They may not be the best, but they some of the top fighters. People may not think of them as the best. Right? Yeah.
They're better than Crocker and
you feel me? Right.
Barrios.
Right. And now Paro is the IBF belt holder, and who has Shakur? No, not Shakur. Sorry. Devin Haney, the WBO. Hey, Brian Norman at 147 still. Yep. Who's the WBA at 140? Oh yeah, we just said that. Rolly. Yeah, man. IBF is Paro. WBO's Haney. IBF Paro. Who's the WBC? Oh, Ryan Garcia, WBC. Ryan. Yeah. And they could get that. There's a lot of interesting matchups because if Rolly wins, that unification with Ryan is a rematch. If Ryan and Devin get their stuff together, or mostly Ryan gets his stuff together, wants to get tested, that's a rematch. That which also be a unification. Liam Paro, I think he's the least intriguing as far as like commercial value, but he's a good fight with any one of them. I think Devin Haney beats him. I think Liam Paro beats Ryan. I think who's the WBA? Rolly. I think that's a good fight. I might lean towards Liam Paro. That's a good fight, though.
But Doc, 147 is just 140 squared at this
That's
point.
a fact. That's true.
The same shit we were saying about last year, 140 is what we said about 147.
That's true. Everybody from 140 at 147 now. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. What's that? What's Buddy Polanco? Rohan Polanco. He's 140 or 147? I think he's 147, ain't he? Undefeated cat from like Jersey, I think. Or somewhere.
I think it was 140.
140? Okay.
Yeah, he's 140 still.
140? Okay. I feel like he's 147. I'm probably wrong. He probably 140. Let me look it up though. Cause I think
he could have moved up.
Yeah. Cause I think they were talking about him and Brian Norman. Let's see. 140. Yeah, 147. His last two fights. Last 4 fights were around 147. So that he makes it interesting too. What's the other buddy too? He's fighting tonight or tomorrow on the Abdullah Mason undercard. Tiger Johnson, 140. Bro, 147 looking good, man.
Tiger Johnson.
Hey,
what is this, pro box?
I'm telling you, but hey, he look good against. If he looks good tomorrow, because he's fighting an undefeated fighter too. I can't remember who he's fighting, but not saying undefeated makes you good, but you know, it's just I think that his stock will rise if he could put on a back-to-back performance like he did. I mean, and replicate what he did to Floss. Oh boy, that's gonna build some momentum, man. 147 is looking pretty nice, man. But like Kendrick said too, it's 140 2.0. You ain't lying. Or 140 part 2, however you called it. Yeah, we got some good.
I think about the heavyweights.
Joshua Edwards, the American heavyweight, or just
the heavyweights in general.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm excited for Hrgovic Atama, but I don't know, man. It kind of just lost its I don't know, like it's I just not really as intrigued anymore. I don't know why. I just feel like it just got kind of stale. So I need something to pick up, bro. Like I don't know, kind of like lost its luster for me. I mean, who's fighting? Hrgovic Atama. I'm looking forward to that. Who else? Caballero. I guess Caballero. That's cool.
Fury's fighting some bum.
You feel me? He's fighting. Literally, what they say his name is Whack, right? WACH. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but maybe it's Wash. But yeah, he's fighting the guy who's Whack. Anthony Joshua. I know. You know, we're gonna give him some leeway and stuff like that. So give him some grace because he's ordeal he's going through. But he's fighting Prenga. That's not exciting. I guess Danny Dubois Worley rematch is exciting. I'm cool with that, but I don't think
it's gonna happen.
Yeah, and if it happens, it's like I don't think it's gonna change. Like I think Danny Dubois is gonna win again. But if Fabian Ward's defense, right? He had his one loss or no, his draw to the one guy, and he avenged it. So if he could get what's his name? Fraser Clark, right? He had a draw Fraser Clark, and then he avenged it. So maybe he could shake something else. You know, we gotta give him that chance. So, but it's just I don't know, man. It's just like Usyk and. I'm not mad at Usyk for vacating, but I'm surprised. I'm not surprised, but I do think there's room to throw some complaints a little bit. I don't agree with it, but I do think that I'm saying relative to the shit that was spoken on other fighters doing similar things. I think there's some room to have some gripes, but I'm glad he did it though, because. I want to see Edgy Caballero and see who he's gonna fight, but it's just like who's there? I don't even know. That's why I was rooting for Richard Torres, man.
He could fight Daniel. He could fight. I mean.
Oh yeah, he could fight the winner, right? The winner of Wardley and Dubois. That'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm. He could fight a few different people.
Yeah.
He could fight whoever wins with Sanchez and what's his name? That's fighting.
Frank Sanchez fighting somebody? Who?
Didn't he get ordered to fight?
Atama, but but Atama's fighting Hrgovic, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, unless they change their mind, but remember he was to me. I mean, I guess you got to do it because of the ranking, but that was like a waste of time for the IBF because remember Atama was offered an eliminator. Yeah, first of all, Atama, like you said, Atama already has a fight with Hrgovic, but then they also offered him an eliminator with Frank Sanchez, and he turned it down. So why is he gonna fight him now? So. And not just him.
So he's scared of him,
Dubois turned it down too. One just a timer. There was quite a few people that turned it down for Frank Sanchez. Ajagba turned it down too. Ajagba, who already lost to Frank Sanchez. It was offered to Ajagba, Dubois, Hergovich, and Atama, and somebody else. I can't remember. But am I saying he's scared? I don't know if I'm gonna say he's scared. I don't know if they're scared, but they don't want that pressure.
I think you gotta do more with Frank.
Mm.
Frank just not trying to match with them.
Oh, you think it's Frank? Oh.
He not trying to match his guys with them.
Oh, Frank Warren. Okay, I got you. Okay, Frank Warren. Yeah. My bad. I was thinking Frank Sanchez. Yeah, I agree. That's a good point, too. All those guys I name are affiliated with Queensberry. That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
Frank told Frank, you signed to the wrong promoter.
Facts. Frank said you got to come get with Frank, man. Told Frank to get with Frank. I call yeah, man. But fellas, man, I'm finna go ahead and slide, give me some food, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up, man. Any last words? Oh, I see Dane and Oscar slid.
I'm slow about that.
Oh wait, Ty, did you get to talk your stuff about Xander though? My fault, bro. I don't think you got to finish. I think you had to go. You had to go do something.
Yeah,
talk your Xander shit, bro.
That man, he deferred. The minute he took that knee, he knew the fight was over. He chose to go out on that Puerto Rican knee and not on his back.
What he do, bro? What'd he take, bro? He took no. That's just so disrespectful, bro. Hey, yo. That's just hilarious, though.
Hold on. My question is, where's irony?
I ain't seen irony since, bro. Check. Facts. We did a wellness check, put an APB out on irony. He ain't been going live either.
Yeah, no, he said he wasn't gonna go live. He had some stuff going on.
Oh,
but
okay. I
didn't even hear from him in DMs.
You feel me?
Like usually I'll hear from him in the DMs.
That's true.
He took a knee too.
Oh man, hey man, yo, that's crazy, man.
I'm about to put irony on the milk box.
For real, it's hard, bro. It's hard, man. But like you said though, Kendrick, gotta be all the why they tripping. You know, they got a nice Puerto Rican champion, Shakur. You know.
Yeah, they got the best. They got one of the best boxers in the world. This Shakur.
You
don't want to take me.
They don't want to. You know why not, bro? That's crazy.
Oh, we know why not.
Yeah, we know. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. You know. Oh man, that's funny, bro. Ty said he knew. Xander knew, huh? He knew once he took that deal, it was over with.
Yeah, sure.
We been talking to Harvey Doc afterward. He said he asked him a question. He said he was done.
Harvey Doc out there snitching.
You can even see it on a live thing. I'm pretty sure y'all seen it. He walked over there. He didn't even look towards the corner.
Yeah.
Asked him a question. He said, yeah, I'm done.
Oh man, it's hard out here, man. Hey, I hope we get these fights though, man. I hope not most importantly, but also I hope Boots whoops them all, man. That's all. I just hope Boots whoops them all, man. But at the same time, I'm like conflicted, man, because I want Boots to fight Fundora, but at the same time, off of principle, man, I want Fundora and Vergil to fight. You know, off of principle, bro. Like, we letting that shit slide. It's crazy. No consolidation, bro. I'm just gonna be the interim champ and the WBC full champ like that. Y'all ain't gonna fight. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy, bro. And now Fundora's fighting is mandatory. Mandatory get priority over the interim champ. Okay.
He don't want to be the mandatory. He don't want to.
Come on now. That's what it sounds like to me. It's crazy. That's crazy, man. But fellas, I'm about to go ahead and slide, man. Appreciate y'all boys. For real. We're gonna watch it. Who plays today? There's another game. I think there's 2 more games tonight in the World Cup.
Argentina, right?
Yep, Argentina and Cabo Verde.
Colombia.
That's it. Yep. I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm proud of Cabo Verde, man. I'm proud of all the smaller Afrocentric teams, whether it's Cabo Verde or those in the Caribbean, Haiti. Yeah, they had a good run, man. Yeah, Argentina might go ahead and smoke.
Oh, Argentina, that's that pack ready. They got the pack ready.
It's over with.
A lot.
Yeah, Ghana might be out of there too, Kendrick. They facing Colombia, like you said. Ghana might be out of there too.
Yeah. Ghana got a better chance.
Yeah,
Colombia be slipping sometimes, but
yeah. Cabo Verde up out of there. That's crazy.
Yeah, GG's boys.
And shout out to the Democratic Republic of Congo too. I was proud of them. Who they lose to? England, right? I think it was. Was it England?
They lost to England or Senegal? Lost to England.
Was Senegal? Okay.
Somebody lost it. One of them lost. No, it was DR. I think
it was DR. Yeah, it was DR Congo.
No, was it?
Yeah, I think so. And Senegal lost to Belgium.
I know they lost.
You think of Belgium? Senegal.
Belgium. That's what it was. Yeah.
Belgium, yeah, they picking us off, man. Ivory Coast lost to Norway too, so they picking us off, man. That's all good though, man.
And then they done cheated the US.
Yeah,
they cheating us now. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Get my dog a red card like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, but fellas, man, I'm sliding, man. Appreciate y'all for real though. Kendrick, Ty, shout out to who else pulled up? Oscar, Dane. Appreciate y'all, man. That boy said Xander took the Puerto Rican knee, huh? That's crazy. I think that's so funny, bro. That's crazy, man. Y'all get off my boy Xander, man. Yeah, man. Appreciate you, everybody pulling up for real, man. Shout out to everybody that contributed to the panel, those that came through on the live. Please smack that like button if you haven't done so already. And 2, when I drop videos, y'all got to smack that hype button too, That helps out the algorithm according to YouTube. So they say, I don't know, but, shout out to the growth though, man. I want to thank God, man. The channel's been growing more than usual. So that's always a blessing. I appreciate y'all rocking with me for real. There's no growth without God, but also without, secondly, there's no growth without your support. You know what I'm saying? So in order for us to blow up, we got to keep supporting, And, if you could become a member, I appreciate it. Shout out to all the members keeping the lights on. You know what I'm saying? That money goes a long way. But even if you can't contribute monetarily or financially, it's cool. No judgment. Hit that like button. You know what I'm talking about? Hit that hype button. You know what I'm saying? Get it popping with them fingers. You see? That's free support, Like the video, watch the video, recommend to anybody that that likes boxing. We're not just for the professional boxing fans, you know what I'm saying? We're not just for the elite boxing fans or the experts. We're also for the casuals too. We get it in. We talk about it at all levels. You know what I'm saying? If you want to learn more about boxing, come holler at us. We get you right. And if you just want to enjoy it how you enjoy it, that's cool too. Everybody's welcome. We don't do no gatekeeping around here. We just want to grow and talk this boxing stuff. You feel me? Shout out to my brother Oscar Perez with the 200 jewels, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Thank you, sir, for the love, man. Shout out to those that dropped some jewels. I appreciate it for the jewels in the panel and the jewels in the chat as well. Shout out to Elijah for the $5 on the super chat. Shout out to Al Booger for the jewels, Smoochie for the jewels, Ty for the jewels, Oscar for the jewels. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, once again, shout out to the panel that pulled up. Ty, Oscar, Dane, Kendrick. I appreciate that. Shout out to everybody that contributed in the chat towards the conversation. Love when we converse. You feel me? We fight all night in the building. What's good, brethren? Shout out to my guy, Dane. He said, hey, it was good talking to you all in all sincerity. Of course, man. In all sincerity, man. I love chopping it up with y'all. Like I said, I learned. We could agree, disagree, be in concurrence, be in debate. It's all good. I love when we debate, too. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no pressure. We could disagree all day. We keep the conversation going. We all have different perspectives. I may like this fighter. You may not like that fighter. You may like that fighter. I may not like this fighter. You feel me? It's all good. God bless you, too, my brother. God bless you too. He said, concur or not. Thanks for the insight. Same. Likewise. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Oscar for 200 more jewels. Hey, shout out to we fight all night. He said I subbed up. Big salute to you, man. Welcome to the Boxing Talk family. You know what I'm saying? BTF rise up. Let's keep going and growing, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yep. I appreciate you, man. If you can become a member, I appreciate y'all. Shout out to all the members. Shout out to everybody that contributes in any capacity. I will be back live tomorrow, good Lord willing. Happy 4th of July, too. You know what I'm saying? Happy 4th of July. We'll be back tomorrow during 4th of July for the Abdullah Mason fight versus Albert Bell. I'm nervous for Abdullah, boy. I'm nervous. You know, I'm going with Abdullah still, but I'm nervous. Appreciate y'all rocking with me as always. Don't forget to smack that like button. But most importantly, remember with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. Hey, prayers up, too, for Pastor Gunther and his family and their son. Their son's going through a medical emergency, so prayers up for them. Please, if you can, throw some prayers up for Pastor Gunther's family and their son. I appreciate it. Also, prayers up as well for, you know, those that are victims of the terrible earthquake in Venezuela. You know, prayers up for them. Prayers up for those that are going through some pressure right now and being slain for their religion out there in Nigeria. And also to somebody else I'm missing. A rest in peace to Principal Gardner's mother. She just passed away, so please throw some prayers up for the Gardner family during this tough time. Appreciate y'all rocking as always. Don't forget to smack that like button. Most importantly, remember with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.